of his appendix yesterday, and the Cowboys tell us he wants to get back to his normal routine as soon as possible. Please say it ain't so. Masters champion John Rahm has agreed to leave the PGA Tour. He's headed to the LIV Tour. And the Spurs, that losing streak is now 15 in a row. They return home to play the Chicago Bulls tomorrow night. The Blitz in Beantown. Next.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Howdy.
We're going to be loopier than normal.
Maybe.
No, there's no maybe about it.
Howdy.
I don't know.
Just saying, we're in Boston getting ready for the Army-Navy game presented by USAA. My first alarm went off at 2:30 this morning. 5 a.m. flight. I just had lunch, had a lobster roll.
Yeah.
It was fantastic, but I need a nap.
That's some clam chowder. It was good. I got my my first clam chowder fix. That was good. And I think I just learned something. You know, I said the Blitz is live in Beantown. The dude over there looked at me like, dude, do y'all not like Beantown? Is that bad?
Well, I mean, Justin over here is from Philadelphia.
Oh, well, that's right.
He doesn't give a
right.
damn about Beantown or Boston
I
or
gotta
anything
ask
else.
somebody that's from here, but that dude looked at me and I'm like, oh, man, I think I just made an enemy right off the bat.
Beantown would be like somebody said live in Saytown.
I wouldn't give a damn.
I mean, you'd look at him weird.
Nah.
Because nobody says that.
Well, some people say it.
I mean, it's Beantown. But why do they call it Beantown?
I have no idea.
Me neither. Right? But,
I have no clue.
I mean, you know, wouldn't it be T-Town? You know, like the Boston Tea Party.
There's got to be a reason. We will find the answer.
There's a Google box right in front of you.
Time.
Or somebody out there listening.
Yeah, I'd rather hear it from I'd rather hear it from a local. It's like the lady that served us lunch today.
She's a
She's
treat.
awesome.
She is awesome.
Right?
Where is she from?
Was it Bitchville?
No, literally.
I thought it was.
Justin, will you look up on a map real quick, because you could do this? There is a town not far from here. So the lady that, I mean, we had lunch at the hotel where we're at, the Westin Copley Place, whatever the hell it is, yeah. Right? So, you know, our clam chowder and the lobster rolls are from here, but they were fantastic.
Yeah.
But she's serving us, and, you know, they had snow yesterday, but not in the city, but like, she said, lives 20 miles away or 20 minutes away, whatever she said. And she said the name of her town. And I thought she said Bitchburg. I literally said,
that's what it was.
What did you say? And maybe it started with an F.
Fitch.
Bitchburg. But with her, there is a Fitchburg, Massachusetts, not far from here, right? That's where the lady lives. Don't hunt her down. But I literally thought she said Bitchburg. And I was like, we got to go there and get a T-shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously.
Well, I didn't exactly know what you and I'm not making fun of you.
Yeah, you are.
This is a guy over here that looked at me funny when I said Beantown, and I'm like,
now he's ignoring you.
Well, now he is ignoring me.
Totally ignoring you.
He's like, dude, those Texans, those damn Texans come up here and invade the place. Oh, my God.
You can say Beantown all you want.
Well, I'm just saying, this guy, he looked at me funny. So
and now we won't look up because he knows we're talking about him. And that's the thing with engineers. They don't want to be on air most of the time. See, at some point, for those of you watching on YouTube, you're going to see our engineer today. His name is Justin. But some people think he's Jason Kelsey. He does.
And he's from Philly.
And this dude must be doing well with the ladies that, you know, think he is Jason Kelsey.
Well, sure.
Now and here's the thing. We've known Justin for years. What do you think? 7-8 years of doing this? Maybe more, right? Every year we introduce ourselves again. This dude must be on that Philly bandwagon so much he is growing his facial hair out and his hair to look like the center of the Philadelphia Eagles.
He may not like us today then because it's a big game.
Dude,
Sunday night.
It's a massive game. So if we don't make all 4 hours of the show, blame the engineer.
Exactly.
I mean, it's going to be a whole new meeting to tush push on this day if that is the case.
Hold on a second. I don't know what you guys have worked out over here, but
dude. Would you rather have the brotherly shove?
Well, I'd rather not have any of them. But
I just want to have 4 hours of good radio.
We just got here. Okay, so you're making promises? Is that what's happening?
No, I'm just saying. If the boss is wondering why we finished the show at 3:30 instead of 6, it's because the engineer got mad at hearing all the wonderful Cowboys talk that we're going to deliver.
It's going to be fun. I tell you what, it's such a cool town. Just driving from the airport to here.
Yeah, you've seen 10 minutes of it.
Well, I know, but just the stuff I've seen. And we got a hell of an education from the guy that drove us over here about the tunnels and how old they are and all this kind of stuff. And it was really cool.
If you think 1604 traffic sucks,
oh, man.
And 1604 is going to be shut down all weekend, right? The dude that picked us up, he's driving through he said, it's not, both tunnels are open. So apparently they have 2 here, right?
They do.
And he's saying on weekends they close it to repair it because the tunnel's 100 years old.
The old one, yeah.
The old one.
Yeah.
And
there's a new one, too.
There's a new one that they spent gazillions of dollars building with all this technology, and it leaks. The one that was dug out by hand 100 years ago doesn't leak.
It works perfectly.
It needs new lights, but it doesn't leak.
Except the lights are being held on with tie wraps.
Dude, and he pointed it out, and you looked at it, and you realize just how ridiculous this thing is. We're in a tunnel.
Yeah, the guy says,
the Boston Harbor's above us.
He said, and that was the other thing. He said there's only like 4 feet of mud
of dirt that they bring in.
That's not a lot.
There's 4 feet of dirt between you and 33 feet of water.
I just thought it was.
But the tunnel that was dug 100 years ago does not leak.
It does not, and that just goes to show you that technology is not always the best. However, and Home Depot must love the city of Boston. I mean, with all the zip ties they're buying,
literally. I mean, because those lights, he's the driver. I mean, it wasn't that long of a drive, but we got a lot of information out of the dude. He's driving down. And he's like, yeah, no, they go through and they'll shake the lights. If they shake, they'll zip tie him up because they were falling on cars.
On cars.
Can you imagine what's going through your mind as you're driving in a tunnel and something lands on your roof?
You
think the end is here.
That's what I love about what we do, because everything, is content, but that's kind of stuff you don't hear. And I love hearing stuff like that. And I got to tell you, and if I offend anybody from Boston, I don't mean to, but
you do.
The accent is fantastic. This dude had an accent.
He did.
And he probably thought the same thing about me. Like,
did.
Dude, you got an accent.
Well, I mean, we had to say what a couple of times. But it's like the lady working at the bar from Bitchburg.
Yeah.
Which is actually
Fitch. Fitchburg.
Got to be careful when you're starting with an F word. I'm just saying it. But literally, she turned around and you love the lady. To give you an idea of her personality, we've got a tab here. Joe didn't know that. And she was like, do you want me to put it? Or Joe was like, well,
I bought Andy a Coke.
Yeah. So, I mean, you what, $5, right?
No, the whole tab was like $8.
$8 for 2 Cokes, right? But you tipped. And you were like, well, do I switch that? And I'm like, no, I prefer your tip. Well, then take the tip, lady. I mean,
I'm like,
appreciate the honesty. You're a generous tipper.
I didn't appreciate losing $5.
Well, it was 8.
No, plus the tip.
Yeah.
She was a nice lady.
She was a nice lady.
She was great.
From Bitchburg.
So I'll tell you what,
we've been here 2 hours.
It's been entertaining. I got to tell you real quick. So I'm sitting here while you guys are talking, working out the technical issues. Rob Thompson.
I didn't do anything technical.
And I know you didn't, but our engineer did, and that's all that matters. So I'm sitting here, and he says he walked back in his room a minute ago, and the housekeeper's in there mopping the bathroom floor. Well, he says,
poor lady.
In the shower, they have the real tall thing. Then they got a handheld that you use for your nether regions. And he says, I'm doing that today.
Nobody wants to picture Rob in the shower with his nether regions being hosed off.
And apparently the water is going outside the curtain.
Of course it is.
Flooding the bathroom.
It's Rob Thompson. I mean, are you at all surprised by that?
No, I'm not, but it was funny.
Rob got in the shower like, hey, a new toy.
Dude,
what do you do with this?
Inner
Aggie joke here.
Sound like you had a hell of a good time. That's all I know. But it's been fun so far.
And
Everything's been great.
He had a hell of a good time, and he missed.
He missed.
He missed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that lady saw him. She was already thinking bad things, and then
poor
she saw him.
housekeepers walked. But I would love to sit down and talk with housekeepers at hotels.
No, you don't.
No, I would.
You really don't.
There is no telling what kind of stuff they see.
There is telling, and it's all everything that you're thinking of.
I want to know. I would love to sit down with one.
I'm sure on one of those channels they've got some sort of documentary reality series of stuff that you really don't want to know that goes on.
I want to know.
Why do you want to know?
Well, I'm just curious. I want to know how people are.
Well, I mean,
you go to a hotel, you're kind of like, it's free. I can do whatever the hell I want.
I mean, there's a reason they call it road wins.
Well, okay.
Hotel sex is a lot of times better than what it's a home because it's not your place.
Uh-huh.
Right? I mean, I don't know. So, no, I don't want to know really what's going on in these rooms or what they've seen. I'm glad that they're there to do what they do.
I would like to, that might be a goal of mine this weekend.
That's pathetic.
Well, I figure what the hell.
Of all the things to do in Boston, you want to go talk to a maid about the things that she has discovered in the room.
I think it'd be fascinating.
Fascinating.
I
think it's a fantasy of yours that's not really fascinating.
Well, you might get some ideas.
Well, you probably need the help.
You never know.
I mean, it's not like the maid is there watching, I hope. I hope there's no video cameras
but she walks in after the fact.
Well, I mean,
it's kind of like a guy going into a crime scene.
She has found some things and wondered what the hell were they doing with this? Right?
That's exactly right.
But I will say my wife is a career emergency room nurse. And let's just say there's a lot of times people come in and they have fallen on something that was impossible for them to fall on. You don't really want to know how it got there. You just don't. You really don't.
Well, I know an anesthesiologist, and it's like the same guy comes in for the same problem 3 or 4 different times. It's like, dude, after a while, we're not buying the accident thing.
A lot of people that have had very unfortunate accidents with shampoo bottles.
Over and over again.
Or anything else.
Well, all right.
So, I mean, you go talk to the housekeepers.
I think it'd be fascinating.
I think you'd be grossed out.
I might be, but that'd be the fascinating part.
What are you going to knock on the door and like, hey, I'm in this room here. I'm in room. What's the worst thing you've ever found in here? And then you're going to be comfortable sleeping there?
No, I don't want to know what happened in my room.
Why not?
I want to know what happened in your room and the other rooms around. I don't want to know
because nothing has ever happened in your room.
Dude, it's just like going to a restaurant. I don't want to go behind the kitchen door.
Yet,
I don't want to see what's going on back there.
Yet you just want to find out from the maid what's really going on.
Well, yeah, after I check out, or after the fact.
You make no sense sometimes.
None. Look, I think it would be fascinating.
It's the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Mike McCarthy recovering from that appendicitis surgery, appendectomy. Is that the official term?
Appendectomy. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he's lost an organ, but he's not going to lose on Sunday because he's back to work.
Is that an organ?
Sure. Is it not?
I don't know.
I mean, it's not an important one. You don't need it.
I'm not sure, but it's the way you said that. Somebody's just tuning in. They're going, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy lost what?
Well, I mean, sure. I'm going with it.
He lost an organ. Well, Philly fans will be happy about that.
Did he not? I mean, you can lose your
I got to find out. Is an appendix actually an organ? Or
he lost some innards. Is that better?
There you go.
He doesn't have all his original parts anymore.
He didn't need that one anyway. Look at this. I'm Googling it, and it comes up. Is an appendix an organ?
Well, duh.
It's a worm-shaped tube attached to the large intestine. It is an organ.
There you go.
How about that? Mike McCarthy lost an organ.
He lost an organ, but he's not going to lose Sunday. We'll talk about it next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's Thursday Night Football tonight on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Steelers and Patriots, an AFC battle tonight at 6:30 p.m. Presented by Fly by Yingling and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the most wonderful time of the year at San Antonio's Card House, the premier card house in San Antonio at 281 and Bitters. It's Christmas time, so what better way to celebrate than giving away $125K? That's what they do every month. Going on from now all the way through December 31st, 17 hot seats drawn per day, every hour on the hour from 9 a.m. all the way through 1 a.m. From 1 a.m. to 9 a.m., you got your Royal Flush for $300, Straight Flush for $150, Quads for $75. Also 1 a.m. to 9 a.m., you got your Bomb Pots, 5-card Royal or Straight Flush, $50 time. And of course, you know you got the multipliers. But you know the motto, you got to play to get the pay with the multipliers. From 100 to 149 hours is 2 times, and anything over 150 hours is 3 times. So get in the SA Card House. That's SA Card House 125K giveaway from now all the way through December 31st. SA Card House at 281 and Bitter.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No. We tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our client's best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax.
Touchdown!
A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked, classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Thursday Night Football is on, and it's only on Prime. Tonight, 2 perennial AFC powers tangle as the New England Patriots march into Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Not a Prime member? Sign up for a 30-day free trial to stream the game. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with TNF Tonight, presented by Verizon, live from Pittsburgh. It's the Patriots and the Steelers on Thursday Night Football, and it's on Prime. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
Hey, Doc, nice office. Quick question. If you had to choose, would you give yourself a root canal or run payroll?
Run payroll, no question.
Seriously? Have you run payroll before?
Paying my team with Gusto couldn't be easier. Gusto gives me unlimited payroll runs, next day direct deposits, and automatically files my taxes. Saves me time.
Wow, that's nice.
Over here, Doc. I want payroll too.
Choose payroll without the pain. Visit gusto.com/radio to sign up for free.
Check out the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
If you're San Antonio, there are benefits that come along with it. I will cut you to the front of the line. We're going to hype the return.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live in Boston on this Thursday afternoon as we get ready for the Army-Navy game presented by USAA. Game is coming up Saturday. Tomorrow we have our entire Radio Row experience with all the guests. Today we're kind of in a hotel ballroom.
Conference room, something or other.
Yeah, with I think that's a station from Nashville down the way.
I think so. And there was a station over there. Poor guys over here from North Carolina had to talk about the Panthers all day.
Dude, the Panthers and the Hornets, he said.
That's horrible.
I mean, you think about mental anguish. What's worse?
Gosh.
Those guys are the hotel maids. The Wookiee says would rather hear about organs that McCarthy has lost than Joe's infatuation of the leave behind items at a hotel.
Well, you guys see, you immediately start thinking sex, everybody.
Well, what do you think?
Well, I'm thinking there's no telling. I mean, like a rock band, right? They
sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Might glue furniture to the ceiling or something.
I don't think they carry glue.
I'm just saying, dude. You never saw that movie Rockstar, did you? Mark
did.
Wahlberg?
I
That's
did.
exactly what they did.
I can tell you, when I used to travel with the San Antonio Iguanas hockey team, nothing was ever glued. But I know we were in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was cold as hell. The rookies, everybody was going out, and it was one of those rare nights where you had two nights in the same city. And so the veteran players, they took the young kids out and got them hammered. But while they were at the bar, some of the other guys went in and they opened up the windows, stripped in most of the furniture out, and dumped water all over the beds and on the floor. So it was icy when they got in there.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Fascinating
That
stuff.
really is.
No, that really is.
I mean, not really. That's not what you're talking
I know
about.
Wookiee, he's got his mind in the gutter. I get that.
So do you. But you're hoping to. You literally said, "I want to learn something."
No,
you really want to learn how to glue an end table to the ceiling?
I don't, but I want to know what these.
You
can
just,
you?
You just want to know how you can take that piece of furniture and put it to good use.
It has got to be. I mean, like an adventure every time they open the door after somebody's checked out.
At some point, they're used to it.
I doubt it, man. There's no way they're used to it.
I would imagine there are people that have jobs, because we live in a bubble. We talk sports. Our job is everybody else's hobby, right? But if you're a nurse, if you're a dentist, if you're a doctor, if you're a maid, if you're a plumber, at some point you've seen it all. Nothing surprises you anymore.
I don't know,
when you are surprised, holy crap, what was that?
Exactly. And that's what I want to hear.
You really don't.
I do. That's what I want to hear. Holy crap, what was that?
Uh-huh. That's what Mike McCarthy said the other day when his belly was hurting. What the hell is going on here? My goodness. Now, Mike McCarthy, he is tougher than you are. He plans on being back at work tomorrow on the full schedule.
Yes.
As we sit right now at 2:24 in the afternoon, Mike McCarthy will be on with Rob and Rudy tomorrow morning, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. In emailing with the people with the Cowboys, as we sit right now, I mean, subject to change, obviously, but Coach wants to get back to his normal schedule tomorrow and do all the game prep and, normal Friday schedule. So Mike McCarthy, as we sit right now, will be on with Rob and Rudy tomorrow morning.
Well, he's a tough old dude, that's for sure.
Subject to change, obviously.
Well, yeah. And I wonder how he's feeling today. A little sore maybe. I don't know. But
I would imagine he's sore.
Yeah, Rob it's another story. He had his appendix out.
Oh, good Lord.
And told me it took him 4 days to get ready.
It's
Had
Rob.
to miss a YouTube concert.
And that's it. All right. So if it took Rob 4 or 5 days to recover and he skipped a U2 concert, McCarthy should be back to work tomorrow. most of us should be back to work in maybe a day off. He's been going over film, doing stuff on Zoom. And interestingly, because there's very few good things, I think, that we discovered from COVID, but hey, you can't come to work today, but you can still come to work over Teams or Zoom or whatever it is that the Cowboys use without missing a beat.
He doesn't want to do that.
Well, he does. He would rather be in the room, but it's not like, all right, guys, I'll see you Friday. Get as much done as you can and catch me up to speed, because he's involved in those meetings. There's no way in hell Mike McCarthy is going to miss this game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Hell, it could be against the Carolina Panthers. He's not going to miss a game. But first place in the NFC East on the line, the way Dak Prescott has been playing, the way he has been calling plays, those two guys on the same page, I see no way McCarthy is going to miss this game or allow this to be a reason if things don't go well on Sunday.
Well, I don't think anything he would blame that. He's going to be there. Now, whether it be on the sideline, will he be up in the booth? Where's he going to be? That's the thing. But look, it was described to me as a snip. It's about the same thing.
Hey, I got snipped live on the air and I came to work the next day. I sit with
your bag of peas.
Well, it was corn, but yeah. But I sit. I don't lift anything heavy.
Well, I don't think Mike McCarthy does either.
But he's got to stand around for 4 hours.
That's what I'm saying. I think I can, in all seriousness, could see if he is still sore, if it's an issue, you put him up in the booth. You put him up there and he calls plays from there or whatever he has to do, but he's going to be at the game. There's no question about it. This game is I think ESPN calling it the game of the season. I mean, I don't know about that.
You know what I heard? The NBC program promo. I'm glad you brought that up, because I actually thought I need to bring this up because it will make your head explode, because they said it's not a must-win game, but a can't-lose game.
That makes no sense.
Well, it makes all the sense in the world.
That makes
because idiots like you say, well, it's not a must-win.
It's not.
But you can't lose it, damn it.
See, that makes no sense.
What do you mean it makes no sense?
Well, was that Collinsworth that came up with that?
No, it's some dude that writes promos for NBC. I mean, some guy that, like Schwampy at our place who writes the promos, some guy that has a similar job for NBC had that promo going.
So you thought that was a genius promo?
I did not. I said, that's one that will make Joe's head explode.
Well, it will, because it makes no sense. Not a must-win game, but you can't lose it. What the hell does that mean?
You can't lose it.
Yes, you can, and you'll be just fine. If Philly loses, they'll be fine. If Dallas loses, they'll be just fine.
That's BS. Because how many times have you said over the course of the season and just this week alone that the Cowboys have to do everything they can to get home field advantage because they can't win on the road?
Well, that
means they can't lose this game.
So it's a must-win game for them.
Well, it's a can't-lose game.
Well, the problem is the Cowboys are going to have to win out, because the Eagles' schedule to finish is like Cupcake City.
It really is.
I mean, it really is. They got the
really
Giants and the Commanders, on the schedule.
That twice.
Yeah. So
they get DeVito twice.
So, hey, DeVito's playing pretty well. In fact, he's going to start over Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
He's earned it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Danny.
Uh-huh. It's not Danny.
What is it?
It's Tommy.
It's not Danny DeVito?
It's not.
Here we go.
No, it's a big game, and I do feel that way. I don't think the Cowboys are not going anywhere if they have to go on the road, whether that's in Philadelphia or San Francisco. It's not happening.
You just look at. I think the offense with Dak Prescott, the way he's been playing, the way he played in Philadelphia a couple of weeks ago, he'll be fine. The question is, after that piss-poor defensive performance last time out against the Seahawks, was that Cowboys defense exposed a little bit? Was Dan Quinn's group, what are they going to do to adjust it? Micah Parsons said, you take that game, you look at what happened against the San Francisco 49ers earlier in the year, and obviously you can learn from that.
I watched the whole game, and one thing they did, they just kept the ball in front of them. They made the Eagles earn everything. They didn't give up no big plays, and that's always the key when you got an explosive team like the Eagles is. they're very explosive, and they did a great job containing Hurts and things like that. They didn't show up on a stat chart, but we got some. We got some real good rushers over here too to be able to get after them pretty well.
And the Eagles have a pretty good offensive line.
They do.
And that's a problem because that's what Seattle showed us, that the Cowboys can be pushed around.
But when you look at what makes the Eagles so tough, and you think about what makes them so tough typically, but there is a fan standing out in front of the Eagles headquarters saying, run the damn ball, because they're not running it anymore. For whatever reason, they've abandoned the run game. But what makes the Eagles so tough, Micah Parsons?
I don't think it's necessarily for me. I just think they make it more challenging, especially because the type of concepts you run, it makes it more challenging for our linebackers. Make them question and hold them a lot for their run reads because, they're not reading me. Really, they're reading the linebacker to see if he's coming to help, and then they want to throw the quick slants or quick passes outside because of the concepts you run. So it's not so much me. It's just how they want to attack your weakness of your concept.
Yeah, look, the Eagles are a good football team, right? They've been playing well. There's a reason they've only lost 2 games this year. This is going to be a great football game. Cowboys should win it, and they really should. They need it more than Philly does.
They can't lose.
Well, they need to win it.
The NBC promo says, not a must-win, but can't lose game. Whatever the hell that means.
I have no idea what it means, and whoever that genius was that thought that up ought to be fired.
Now, a team that can't win right now is the San Antonio Spurs. The losing streak is at 15.
Jeez.
But, man, they played hard last night.
Stop it.
We'll talk about it next on The Blitz, live in Boston for Army-Navy Radio Row, presented by USAA here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's Sunday Night Football, the Cowboys and Eagles. Nothing better on a Sunday night beginning at 6.
Deep down the right side. Oh, it's caught at the 45, 40, Pollard, 20. Good night, nurse.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Don't go through another year with that awful joint pain. Call QC Kinetics right now and make 2024 the year you go back to living a normal life again. Hey, it's James Pledger with San Antonio Sports Star. QC Kinetics can give you your life back. They're the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. These are all natural treatments that can repair and restore damaged tissue movement again. QC Kinetics has tens of thousands of satisfied patients around the country. People who have had knee, back, shoulder pain, who were able to get lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. If you have pain from an old injury or pain associated with arthritis, you need to check this out. The future of medicine is here with the regenerative treatments from QC Kinetics. Make the call now so you can get the most out of 2024. Get back to doing what you love, and don't forget, you can use your HSA and FSA funds. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
This time of year, big box tool stores start to sell a whole bunch of not tools, from dancing Santas to plastic trees. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we'd rather sell you a 4-horsepower chainsaw fitted with a full chisel chain to cut down your own tree. And we have wood chippers come January, because mulch. We're cutting prices on your favorite brands this holiday season. Save on Milwaukee, Ingersoll Rand, and Metaltech in-store or at northerntool.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. So minivans, sedans, JDMs, roll out. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. And with eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the UFC fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Celebrating 10 years in business, the Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. If you have big dreams or big projects, we hope you'll consider Ewald Kubota. From small Kubota compact tractors to construction equipment, Kubota is a name you can trust. Or if you aren't committed to buying just yet, we have a full line of equipment you can rent by the day, week, or month. We can even deliver it to your work site. Ewald Kubota is committed to providing excellent customer service and satisfaction. So come by one of our 11 locations. We look forward to serving you. Or visit us on the web at ewaldkubota.com.
This is Chris Canepa with Connecticut and San Antonio in the Hill Country. Listen to this message I received.
First message.
Hi, Chris. This is Santa Claus. Hey, I'm calling to give you a heads up. Last Christmas, so many people asked me for a Connecticut water softener, but getting all those Connecticut units in and out of the sleigh, up and down the chimneys, well, it's not so good on my back. So I'm going to forward all those Connecticut wish lists directly to you. Here's Mrs. Claus.
Yes, Chris, thanks again for installing our Connecticut. I just love how soft my man's beard is, and my skin feels silky smooth, even here at the North Pole.
So if it's okay with you, I'll handle the toys, you handle the water softeners. Thanks, Chris. By the way, the elves just love your jingle.
Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
From all of us at Connecticut, Merry Christmas.
Oh, and Chris, I'm not a fan of the gluten-free cookies. Bye-bye.
Connecticut.
Texas, the Powerball jackpot is over $400 million. Buy official Texas lottery tickets right from your phone at jackpot.com. Get a free ticket with your first play. Go to jackpot.com. Jackpot.com.
Paid for by jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's the Awesome Ticket Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to Five Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix in Boston for the Army-Navy game happening this weekend. Always a great time. No surprise, it's stupid cold up here.
It's pretty chilly, yeah. It really is. And it's different. I noticed it right when we got off the plane, man. It was it's like, brr.
Well, the jetway, it was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's cold.
It's funny because the Cowboys today, they ran outside on the practice field and then immediately turned around and said it's too damn windy, and they ran back inside and they practiced inside today because of excessive winds apparently in Dallas.
Windy?
It's what the reports say.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, it's cold.
Dude.
You got an indoor facility.
What a
Use
bunch
it.
of softies.
Dude.
Go outside.
You know what? If it was Buffalo week, I'm sure McCarthy would have them outside, but they're playing at home this week.
Oh, my God.
I mean, we hear how important indoor facilities are all the time, right?
Tells you how Dan Quinn, he's not the old tough guy that everybody thinks he is. Ooh, it's a little windy out here, fellas. Let's go inside.
Philly was in their indoor today.
Well, it's probably cold as hell in Philly.
Well, it was windy in Dallas.
Oh, my gosh.
It's kind of how I felt when we from the car to the hotel, man. Whew, quick.
Get in. Yeah. It's a little chilly in this room.
Oh, stop.
Yeah.
It's comfortable.
It's a little chilly.
I mean, no. It's comfortable in this room.
Well, dude, I'm glad you're comfortable. I'm a little chilly.
Dude, I'm the one that's always cold. If I'm comfortable, you're fine.
No, I'm not fine.
Well, why?
It's a little chilly.
It's not a little chilly. I mean, Justin's over here wearing a damn T-shirt.
And Justin's from Philadelphia. It's cold about 8 months out of the year.
He thinks this is a summer day.
No, exactly. This is like you wieners from Texas.
I mean, you ever wonder why people from Boston, they're called massholes, why people from Philadelphia, other places like that, they're just always in a bad mood?
Yeah, because it's cold.
Well, it's cold. It's miserable always. I know when I was in the shipyard in Philadelphia, and we learned that in Philadelphia, and I don't know if it's still this way, it's been 30 years, but you would double park on the streets. And so you couldn't leave for work until your neighbor left for work. You'd have to start your car 30 minutes early and scrape ice off your window. You'd be pissed off all day, too, if that's how you started your day.
I would be, yes.
Justin says that's still the case.
Yeah, but look at Justin. He's smiling all day. He's having a great time.
Well, I mean, because he's hanging out with us.
That's it.
Because he's not in Philadelphia today. He's somewhere else where there's more miserable people that he just can't understand.
Now, really, is there a difference between Boston and Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Everything in the Northeast is kind of the same.
No.
No, it really is.
No.
The buildings all look alike.
No, they don't.
They're all that colonial kind of American Revolution stuff.
Well, you realize they were all built a long time ago, like where we started.
So that's what I'm saying. So they all look the same.
Well, not really the same. Every city's got its own uniqueness to it with some of the older buildings.
It does.
Like Philadelphia has the Liberty Bell.
Okay.
And where the Constitution is. Here it's Paul Revere and the Boston Tea Party. Very different looking buildings. One is on the water, so it's a little bit more.
No, see, now you're confusing the hell out of me. All right.
That's not hard to do.
Now, the Boston Tea Party, why would you need a building for that?
Where do you think they stored the tea?
In a ship. It was on a ship. They went and raided the ship and threw it into the water.
But you don't think people have houses on the water?
Hey, did you go to school? Did they teach history of Copperas Cove?
Yes.
They did?
Yes.
They just left out the American Revolution.
When I was in Boston in May, we actually went to the thing and you could throw a deal over. It cost you like $38 to go through the reenactment and then you throw something over.
And you did that?
Oh, that's a great idea, Jim.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Woo. Well, boy, I bet we're just not going to have time to get to that while we're here, are we?
No.
That's too bad.
Although
Wow.
I saw USAA put like this massive tea bag. That sounded bad, didn't it?
Yeah, it really did. So where did they put that tea bag?
Stop.
I'm just wondering.
Dude,
you started the story.
Well,
I got to hear the end of it.
It's down there in the waterfront area where the Boston Tea Party was.
Is there a statue of somebody underneath?
No,
it?
it's hang on. Let me look this up just so you know that I'm speaking the truth of this event that they had.
I believe you.
A giant bag of tea. If you're watching on YouTube, or you can go to the USA Instagram and you could see this giant bag of tea that they had on display yesterday.
I love
the
USA.
250th anniversary of the Boston Tea Party and the 124th meeting of the Army-Navy game. So they say we're going to need a bigger cup for this. But it's a giant bag of tea.
Nice.
So, see, the people at USA thought this through. We can't call it a giant tea bag.
No, we'll get one of those goofballs on the radio to say that.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, phrasing.
So they're calling it a big bag of tea.
Or a large tea bag.
It is the absolute glory hole.
Thank you, Jerry.
Oh, man.
Stop.
Well,
so much better than talking about the Spurs.
From what I've seen, Boston is a nice place.
You went from the airport to the hotel. What have you seen? You went through a tunnel. You took a left.
We had
a
tour guide bringing us home.
Well, I mean, we had people honking and cutting you off and this and then you get here.
They were, man. It's like you think it's nuts in San Antonio.
No,
you ain't seen nothing. Well, the streets are about 2 feet wide. I mean, I don't know how.
And they pick us up in this nice big old SUV.
Yeah,
it's great. But like the lanes aren't big enough because the people that park in the street, and then you get the delivery guy that stops in the street. So then everybody's cutting around him, and then some Yahoo on a bicycle that, this
dude was good though. He knew what he was doing.
He's a professional driver. It's literally what he does for a living.
Well, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, so thank goodness.
That accent, man, that was awesome. It's like, yeah. I mean, it's, see, Philly people don't have that kind of accent.
Good Lord. Yeah, well.
That's a difference.
No, Philly said they just sound, what are used guys doing later?
Hey, yo, Rocky.
What
everybody sounds like Sylvester Stallone.
What are used USEDGUEs guys doing later? That's how they sound.
Yeah.
It's a lobster roll.
Lobster.
Chata.
Yeah.
And the ladies from Bitchburg or Bitchville or what was it?
I think it was Bitchville. Fitchburg. Think of Fredericksburg, but just throwing a Fritch.
No R.
No, it's just Fitch.
Yes, but that's why I thought she said she's from Bitchburg. Because in Bitchburg yesterday they had snow.
They did.
But we didn't get snow in the city. But they did out in Bitchburg.
That's okay.
What are you guys doing tonight? Anybody got plans for tonight?
Oh, my gosh.
We got tickets to go see Adam Sandler tonight. And you know what's cool about that? It's the first night of Hanukkah. And my guess is he's going to do the Hanukkah song during Hanukkah. Caller 9, those tickets are yours. 210-656-ESPN. 656-3776. Caller 9, you're going to go see Adam Sandler tonight at the Frost Bank Center. I believe some tickets are available. You can get them.
You get them right here. So what call did you say?
9. Thanks
Number
for listening.
9. Well, I was going to call in real quick.
Well, you're busy tonight.
Oh, yeah, I can't make it back for that. I think that'll be a great show.
We could send you home.
Because that guy...
You still wouldn't make it.
And what time is it?
It's 2:47.
I gain an hour.
You still wouldn't make it home.
I would like to see Adam Sandler. It's his first time he's out on his stand-up thing again. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that.
He is.
Yeah.
Funny dude.
Absolutely.
Funny guy.
So congratulations, whoever wins that thing.
Caller 9, 210-65-ESPN. 656-3776. So the San Antonio Spurs last night, they played hard.
Yeah.
They lost.
Dude,
15 straight.
So they have a lead going into halftime.
Yeah.
And then they come out like they've done so many times this year and stink up the joint in the third quarter.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did again last night.
But Minnesota's really good in the third quarter.
Oh, is it right?
Well, yeah.
Well, did Pop tell you that?
No. I was watching the broadcast. That was one of the questions they asked Devin Vassell. That's a really good third quarter team. What do you got to do? Just not make mistakes. You know, the first part, I think, honestly, for me last night, watching that game, one, the intrigue, because we had a lineup shakeup. Jeremy Sohan benched, finally. I mean, most of you listening are done with the experiment of putting Jeremy at point guard. Kid's out of position. That's not what he does. And it's fair to him in a sense of, on the defensive side, you still got to go play the best player and guard the best player. But offense in the show, and you've never done that before as a point guard. He's just so out of position, and it hasn't been good. This deep into the season, we're about a quarter way through. Maybe last night Pop decided that was the case. I thought, all right, Jeremy's benched. finally Trey Jones is going to be the starting point guard again.
It wasn't.
Nope, not Trey Jones. They played well yesterday. I mean, we were talking in yesterday's show. I just want to see some improvement, see some things. They played well, especially on the defensive side for the most part. But they couldn't shoot for anything. They were awful from three-point range.
They've been awful all year. That's been a real weak point for those guys all season long. And I said the same thing, so I can't backtrack on it. But, I mean, we're sitting here celebrating an 8-point loss. They're 15th in a row.
Are we celebrating?
Well, are we not? Well, God, they played hard. Let's give them a ribbon anyway.
Well, I mean, I think we should. I mean, listen to Greg Popovich after the game last night.
I think they did well. That's the best team in the West, and we gave them a good run. If you
Going
shoot
to
8
Chuck
for
E. Cheese to
37
celebrate.
from 3, you're going to have a tough night, and a whole lot of things better be perfect after that. Can't make many mistakes. And, we're making
Pop eating a hot dog or what?
Well, no, Chuck E. Cheese.
I thought their
With ice
competitiveness was great.
You got some
Execution
smacking
was
going
getting
on.
better all the time. But there's still too many mistakes, not enough habits.
Well,
and we just keep working at that. That's going to be the measure of who we are, how we work through this, and continue to try to alleviate mistakes. Because if we're not making shots, as I said, we better be doing a lot of other good things.
We might have to do that again and make that a drinking game, because I didn't notice that earlier when I was listening to that. Yeah. I mean, it's cold in Minnesota.
He was eating something.
Was he screaming? He wasn't eating on the podium.
What else was he doing? Maybe his dentures were loose.
Well, stop. Maybe he's just screaming at the guys after the game. I don't know.
Tell me, and I'm being this all sincerity, and everybody that's listening, I want you to chime in too, because when I hear Greg Popovich last night on the podium, to me, it sounds like he's just thrown in the towel. It's over. Oh, they played well. They're good kids. They're this, they're that. Let's go get some wine.
Part of me, I could see where you're at, because that's not the Greg Popovich that we've known. Because the Pop would have been so surly, and I do think, though, in all sincerity, the young group, he's teaching almost like his D3 days. He knows he's not going to win a championship, so he's looking for little stuff we aren't. I guess I do think.
I just like for him to win a game.
Well,
how about this? Is that too much to ask?
Dude, look, we've lost 15 in a row. We're so close to the franchise record. Go get that damn thing.
I think it's tomorrow. If they lose one more, right?
And look, there's no Levine tomorrow. I mean, they should be able to beat the Bulls. So let's see what the DNP is going to be like tomorrow for the Spurs.
Look, first of all,
chase record.
The Spurs shouldn't beat anybody.
Well,
I mean, let's face it. They lost to Memphis, for goodness sake.
I mean,
in all
Memphis has to win too.
You can't.
We got 3 wins.
You can't look at a team in the NBA and say the Spurs, they should beat that team. You should.
You know what? I am, because I think this team is better than what we're seeing. For whatever reason, we're not, and I think Jeremy going to the bench is a step in the right direction. Put him at a more natural position for him and see what the results are. What I'm worried about with Jeremy at this point, because he didn't seem overly thrilled about getting benched, and nobody would. They can say they don't hear anything or read anything, but that's BS. He knows most of the fans that loved him last year are mad as hell because he's not doing a good job at point guard, and Pop has let him twist in that wind for damn near 20 games.
See, and that whole thing and the experiment, and I don't know why. There had to be something going on in camp that Pop thought that was a good idea, that Jeremy Sohan thought that was a good idea, but obviously it didn't work. And now, was it C.D. Osman coming in yesterday? Look, the Spurs almost play better without Sohan on the floor, or they did last night. When he's not on the floor, it seemed like they had a better flow, a better rhythm. And I'm not throwing Sohan under the bus. Look, well, he's young, right? As they all are, but I mean, Greg Popovich is arguably the best coach in the history of the NBA. And it just seems to me that, what are we, 20 games in now? It's taken a hell of a long time for him to figure out where to put these guys and what to do with them.
You look at, I don't understand the Jeremy. I mean, go back to training camp. I thought Keldon would be the guy coming off the bench and Trey Jones would be the starting point guard. So I mean, as soon as this started, I was against it. And then you look at some of the analytic numbers, they're way against it. I'm assuming Pop, with all the data and stuff that the Spurs use, because they're such a team on the forefront of so many different things, maybe Pop doesn't look at the analytics or looks at the analytics and say, I'll prove them wrong. I don't know why he is trying to force this Jeremy experiment, but 15 straight losses. But they were better last night, at least on the defensive end. And Wemby said after the game, those 3 days off they had, that's all they did was work on defense.
It's always, it's always been the main focus, I'd say, of the coaches, and but we're getting it together a little bit, but I still feel like there's always one of us that screws up at some point, which which gives the opponents opportunities. But it's when all the 5 players in the court are connected, it's good.
Well, when does that happen? That was like 2 months ago in Phoenix.
I mean, you get glimpses, 3 or 4 minutes out of a 48-minute game.
It's sad because honestly, everybody expected a lot more this year. And, with all the attention of Wemby, I think the Spurs are getting other teams' best shots. I think they're coming in here saying, okay, this is the phenom #1 pick. Everybody wanted this guy. And I think they're getting everybody's best shot. And maybe that has something to do with it. I can't figure it out, but they certainly look worse this year than they did last year.
And this year they're supposed to try to win.
Yes.
So that's what we were told.
That's what we were told.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, have you been accused of a crime? If you have, obviously, you need a great legal team to protect your innocence. That great legal team is the LaHood Norton Law Group, made up of former prosecutors turned criminal defense attorneys, and they can help you stay a step ahead of your legal program. Look, they know both sides of the criminal justice system. They handle all criminal cases, whether it's state or federal. You need somebody on your side that is going to bust their tail to make sure that you are taken care of. That is the LaHood Norton Law Group, not to mention the fact that I've known Nico LaHood for a long time. 20 plus years. If I'm in trouble, he's going to get my phone call. They are that good. If you need legal help, you need the LaHood Norton Law Group. Give them a call for a free consultation, 210-797-7700. That phone number again is 210-797-7700. Look, the sooner you make the call after you've been accused, the better off you're going to be. So call the LaHood Norton Law Group, 210-797-7700, or get them online at lahoodnorton.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem, and it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-262-2917. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-262-2917 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-262-2917 to see if you qualify. That's 800-262-2917.
Thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? Because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion caused by colds and allergies. Navage uses suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril to help suck out allergens, mucus, and germs. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Don't waste your time or money on products that are ineffective. Trust drug-free Navage for fast relief to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Are lab-grown diamonds ecologically friendly? They were developed in laboratories, but most of the millions of lab-grown diamonds in jewelry stores were manufactured in huge factories in China and India. Tens of thousands of massive furnaces are heated to about 20% of the temperature of the surface of the sun, put under immense pressure, and held there for 2 to 3 weeks to produce the lab-grown diamond. These furnaces use a tremendous amount of subsidized electricity produced in China and India by mostly coal-powered plants. The subsidized coal-powered electricity is used to produce inexpensive, easily identifiable lab-grown diamonds, whose wholesale price has crashed to almost nothing. Some jewelers still try to sell them for thousands of dollars, while others give them away for free with a purchase. America's Diamond only offers traditional, real, natural, earth-grown diamonds that are rare, extremely beautiful, and have had real value for centuries. See our television program tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or right now at americasdiamond.com.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for Thursday night football. KTFM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
It is a crazy story that came out this afternoon. Masters champion John Rahm has agreed to leave the PGA Tour. He's headed to the LIV Tour. Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy underwent successful surgery to remove his appendix yesterday. Cowboys will tell us today that he wants to get back to his normal routine as soon as possible. And the Spurs losing streak now 15 in a row. Oh, my.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go ball champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Live in Boston for the Army-Navy game, which will be Saturday tomorrow. Our USAA Army-Navy Radio Row coverage is going to be incredible with the lineup of guests that we are working on as we speak, including one guy that may or may not be on the show. I was a little surprised. I saw his name was on the list.
Yeah.
And we've talked to him before, Mike Oresco, the commissioner of the American Athletic Conference.
Really?
Yeah. Now, granted, Navy's in and Army is joining, so it would make sense that the commissioner would be here for Radio Row, except for he announced his retirement today.
Well, that's weird, isn't it? Maybe he wants to make it official on the Blitz tomorrow. That would be kind of cool.
I want to know why this guy's. I mean, when we talk to him, you know, UTSA had just joined the American, and this is a guy that, yeah, trying to think of the nice way to say it. You're in a group of 5. You're in the American, but this guy will go toe to toe with Greg Sankey and act like his conference is as good as the SEC. Which
would you want a guy that says no, we're not as good as you are, so we're going to act like it?
No,
I prefer a guy like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is a guy, but it's almost like, dude, you didn't get a New Year's Six bowl. You lost out to Liberty, right? Like, did you just give up and say, screw it, I can't do it anymore?
Well, SMU kind of screwed them over, right? Because now they're leaving for the ACC.
Yes.
So,
I mean, or if Tulane would have won that game, then
that's what I'm saying.
They would have had a New Year's Six bowl, and UTSA might be coming here to Boston for the Fenway Bowl.
Jeff Traylor said he didn't want to do that. It was too cold.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, Coach Traylor, because we know you're listening. You're right. It's stupid cold up here.
It is stupid cold, yeah. And it's somebody left the window open too because it's stupid cold in this room.
It is not,
dude. It is.
You want to run up to your room and get a coat?
I may have to go get the gloves that I brought with me.
You got a new scarf.
I got a little beanie.
You got a beanie.
A beanie I can wear.
Yeah, the swag bag is pretty spectacular this year.
Well, it's always spectacular, right? Yeah. No, USA does it right, man. They take care of everything and everybody. It's really cool.
It is a lot of fun to be a part of it, and I know for me, since USA started the Radio Row, I've been coming. We were the guinea pig back in the day, and 15 now, 16 in a row. I got to count.
Yeah.
Well, there was that COVID year that kind of screws up all the counting, the consecutive streak. Does it count?
It does, because everybody was out. So it's not like we missed that.
And we did it virtually.
Everybody else came.
We still did it. We just did it virtually. But I've been in the building for the game 15 years. And once when I was in the Navy, 16 years. And I was at the 1992 game on the sidelines taking photos. Probably Navy.
What do you mean probably? You don't know?
I don't remember.
Oh, come on.
Dude, I could look it up. What do you want me to lie to you?
Oh, you would say, go Navy, beat Army, go Navy, beat. Man, you don't know who won in 1992?
I don't.
Oh, my God.
I don't remember. Hell, I barely remember who won last year.
Dude, I remember.
Well, of course you do, because it wasn't Navy in double overtime, but we don't want to let facts get in the way of a good story.
All I know is it was history made.
It was.
First overtime game ever.
It went double.
In the history of the Army-Navy game.
You know how many times they've tied?
I do not know that.
7.
Is that right?
That is right.
Did they tie in 1992?
I don't remember.
Oh, my gosh. Now, see, May, are you sure it's only 7? What do you got, a USA fact sheet there? Or something?
I do not. Here are the 2 sheets that I have. One is for the commissioner of the American, and another is a sheet that was left here for the Sergeant Major of the Army, Michael Weimer.
Oh, that's cool.
That's the only sheets I have in front of me. There's nothing. You can go through all the tabs that I have open. I'm not looking at this stuff.
Yeah, somebody double check.
I just know things. The longest winning streak, 14 by Navy.
But you don't know who won in 1992.
I don't remember.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I remember a lot of things that I
would rather you not remember the other things you just spouted off and remember who won in 1992.
I think you might guess who won. If I don't remember, though. It was 1992.
Okay. Navy dude.
I am.
All right.
You remember how many games the Oilers won in 1992?
No.
All right, then.
I have no idea. I didn't go to the Oiler service. You went to the Navy.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to see. You said 92, and I'm looking here. Army did not lose in the series from 1922 through 1933.
That doesn't include 92, sir.
Navy hasn't lost in this series since 2001.
Well, that's not true.
See,
that's literally not true. Navy lost last year.
I'm looking at ArmySports.com.
Well, there you go.
Now I'm probably reading it wrong.
You're probably yes.
And because I googled 1992. And
why don't we do Army-Navy game results? And I'm sure Wikipedia will have them all listed.
I want to know now. I'm curious to know who won.
I really want to know too, because honestly,
25-24 Army.
Army won.
I told you. I don't remember bad things.
Yeah, it was a hell of a game. That's more points than they've scored since.
That's not true. Are you kidding?
It's true.
I mean, Navy scored 58 in 2002.
Really?
Yeah. And
did Army not show up or what?
And I think the largest margin of victory was a 51-0 win.
That's a lot of points.
But I would need to double check that. But from 2002 until 2015, Navy won them all. And then Army won 3 in a row, and then it's been every other year. Navy, Army. So Navy's going to win on Saturday. Army, though, a 3-point favorite.
Is that all?
That's
3-point favorite. Wow.
That's huge for the academies. I mean, you look at the last couple of games. The one at West Point that nobody was allowed to go to, Army won that game 15-0. The year before that, 31-7. Outside of that, 21-17, 14-13, 17-10, 17-13, 20-17 in double overtime. They're typically pretty close games like that.
Big rivalry, no doubt about it. But Army, I think, is better than Navy this year.
You know, they both come in with the exact same record.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, we watched Army play UTSA this year.
Well, I mean, they
looked pretty good.
So you're judging everything off of that.
That's all I've got.
That's all you got.
That's all I've got.
You didn't watch any Navy football all year?
No. Gosh, I wanted to.
Did you?
What? No, not
I didn't
really.
think so. I did. You know, they played some really good football up until they met SMU.
Well, aren't you required to do that?
Am I required
to watch Navy?
Am I required?
Yes.
No.
They don't put that in your
like a lifelong contract?
Sure.
No.
Well, it should be.
Why?
You're a Navy guy.
Okay.
Watch Navy.
I mean, it's not required.
I'm looking forward.
I enjoy academy football, but in all fairness, and I think a lot of people listening right now, for those that go to the academy are officers. The enlisted types don't go to the academy. Obviously, they're enlisted.
Right, sure.
You know, and so there are some that were enlisted types that just don't give a damn one way or the other because it's the officers. Their future bosses are on the field right now. There's some guy that's been in 10 years right now, and he's going to have to answer next week to, the young, it's called a butter bar, the little single gold bar just out of school. You're just a brand new minute up, but he's your boss now.
Well, that's how every team that plays Vanderbilt feels too. Same thing.
What does Vanderbilt have to do with anything?
It's where all the smart people go, isn't it?
Vanderbilt.
Baylor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Baylor? I mean, if you had said Rice, I would have believed.
Rice,
yes.
there you go.
Trinity.
Trinity's a really good
Trinity.
one. Yeah.
I mean, that's not really your boss. That's your boss's boss. Is
exactly.
That Trinity?
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah.
Same thing.
Okay. Oh, good Lord. Who's going to score more points this weekend? Army, Navy, or tonight's Thursday night game between the Pats and the Steelers? A game that you could sleep through tonight right here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, brought to you by Flight by Yingling.
It's still football, Minix. It's going to be great. And you know what? I hate to do this because every time I pick a team, then it gets, the jinx thing going.
The Joe Jinx?
I think the Patriots covered tonight. They may not win, but they cover.
The over is 29.5.
It is.
For an NFL football game, 29.5.
Some books have it at 30, but this is like the last time that happened was in 2006, Carolina and Chicago.
I mean, this is like Iowa.
This almost
is
history.
Probably thinking they could outscore the Patriots tonight. And Iowa couldn't hit the 2.5-point over in the first half against Michigan.
Dude, I worry about Iowa even when they're not on the field, they can't score. I mean, those guys are. You talk about jinxed.
You would hope that they're at least scoring there. I mean, they're college kids. They're football players.
I don't know.
Although they do wear yellow pants.
They do.
And, I don't like any team that wears yellow pants.
Oh, my gosh.
There's something about
massive teabag.
Stop, Pledge. that.
Well done, Mr. Pledger.
That's going to be a drop now?
This massive teabag.
Oh, it's a massive teabag over there in the harbor.
That's a sight I need to see.
Do you?
Not really.
Kind of feels like the Patriots-Steelers game tonight.
A teabag. Patriots cover, mark my word.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
There's your Joe Jinx.
If I had
the Steelers.
If I had any stones, I would have taken it.
So you're saying you have no stones?
I have none. Well, I never found those chocolate balls. I never did.
Rudy said he left them.
I know. Somebody ate them. I'm going to blame Pledge.
It was Pledge.
Had to have been.
Had to have been. So your boy John Rahm is leaving you. You pissed?
Yeah, I'm really surprised and not. He's getting $300 million, for goodness sake.
Oh, so that makes it okay?
Well, no, it doesn't. And I'm really upset that he's doing that to his fellow PGA Tour guys. I'm just afraid that that could be the one stone that starts the avalanche.
What I'm curious, and you're way more of a golf guy than I am. I thought the live thing was going away and they were going to come together. We'll talk about it next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R in the morning.
Friday on R&R in the morning. If he's recovered from his surgery, we'll be joined by head coach Mike McCarthy. That is always scheduled time at 6:45. Then Mr. Blog and the boys himself, RJ Ochoa, joins us at 7:30.
Army-Navy coverage continues. Top-to-bottom look at Boston and all the things to do. Yes, we're talking Spurs. 16 losses in a row. You can do it, guys. The party starts at 6.
It's your wake-up call. R&R in the morning, 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Visit Boot Barn for savings on top quality holiday gifts this week only. We're offering $40 off exotic cowboy boots and up to $40 off select leather Western boots. Our holiday specials this week also include 25% off select outerwear, Western shirts, flannels, and jeans. Additionally, we're offering savings on children's outerwear and denim. Visit us this week and save on gifts for the whole family. Boot Barn, unwrap the West.
Now is the best time to buy a Connecticut water softener. With current models being closed out to make way for the new ones, you can save big. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you. That's 656-PURE.
Tease the season at Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the Ping G430 drivers, which combine the ultimate combination of distance and forgiveness. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Edwin Watts Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hey folks, Steve Brent's here at beautiful Winans Creek Ranch in Bandera, inviting you to our holiday land sale event going on right now. It's the best time of the year to get an incredible deal on a gorgeous 10 to 15 acre luxury ranch home site here at Winans Creek. Take advantage of deep discounts and terrific bank and special below market seller financing. Plus, ask us about our closing cost bonus offers, saving you even more during our sale. Winans Creek features secluded private settings, spectacular 30-mile views, a gorgeous creekfront park, as well as paved roads, high-speed internet, electric, and more. Plus, Winans qualifies for low ag exempt taxes. The rush of the holidays will be here soon, but there's still time to get a great deal on your 10 to 15 acre luxury ranch home site you've always dreamed of. So come out and see me today at Winans Creek Ranch, and we'll help put together an incredible deal that will make your holidays bright. Give us a call at 866-952-6323 or go to WinansCreekRanch.com.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax.
Touchdown!
A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
It's Macy's One Day Sale now with great deals of the day on gifts we love, like 60 to 65% off warm and stylish coats for everyone, 35 to 70% off fine jewelry she'll adore, and 75% off holiday decor for a cozy, welcoming home. Best of all, everyone gets $10 Macy's money for every $50 spent. Learn more at Macys.com/Macy's money. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
This year, Staples will not be celebrating the holidays. Instead, we're celebrating the holiday deals with amazing savings for the holiday season. Save 50% on custom holiday cards, save 50% on custom invitations, and save 50% on custom photo gifts like mugs and calendars. During Staples holiday deals, it's not about the ho, ho, ho. It's about saving dough, dough, dough. Save 50% on custom cards, invitations, and photo gifts today at Staples. Ends 12/16. Visit staples.com/print for more details.
Friday on R&R in the morning. If Mike McCarthy's recovered from appendix surgery, he'll join us at 6:45. Then Blogging the Boys, Mr. RJ Ochoa himself joins us at 7:30. And of course, as always, 7 o'clock Silver and Black podcast. We talk Spurs versus the Bulls. Now back to the Blitz. Jason and Joe, hope you had a great flight and hope you have an even better show. They're due.
Appreciate you, Rudy J.
How about that?
I'm not sure what the hell is wrong with Rudy J. He's Joe, I'm Jason. The Blitz, we're live in Boston.
We are.
Army-Navy game. You know, those guys got here yesterday, late last night. They did their show today.
Uh-huh.
They're off now.
Yes.
And Rudy's in the group chat talking about stuff. Like, dude, you're in Boston. Why are you hanging out at the hotel?
Because it's cold outside.
Oh, stop.
That's why.
I mean, seriously.
They got food here. They got a bar here. The hell you want to go anywhere else?
I mean, I don't know. You're in Boston. You know, here's the crazy thing. What time is it here in Boston? It's 4:21 in Boston.
Yeah.
3:21 at home. It's dark outside.
It's dark already.
It is already dark. How depressing is that?
It's awful.
How do you live here?
Now,
I say that to our on-site engineer, Justin, who's from Philadelphia. So he doesn't live in Boston, but it's dark in Philadelphia about this time. And normally...
Does it get light early?
No. Well, about 7. No, they just have shorter days. I mean, you want to know why they're all grumpy? This is why. Our normal engineer, grumpy-ass Greg Shelton, would fit in. Actually, he wouldn't. He would not survive the East Coast.
No, I think Shelton would be would fit right in.
No, he has an East Coast personality because he hates people. He doesn't want anybody to talk to him, leave me alone, and do as little as work as humanly possible. Outside of that, though, I don't know that he would enjoy being surrounded by people. Like, everywhere you go, there's people here.
Yeah.
You know, Greg Shelton has that personality, but he wants to be somewhere in West Texas where the nearest person is 8 miles away.
Yeah. Well, that's true. But, I mean, I think we get the wrong deal because Justin over there is, I mean, this guy's...
Justin's great.
Lighthearted guy. He's happy. Right. He seems like he is.
So, I mean,
again, the Kelsey beard going on.
We spend... All right, if you're watching on YouTube, and I'll give you a second to go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube.
Hey, you're not going to ask permission first?
Well, you want to come over here or you want me to just move the camera to you?
He may not want to be here. Or want anybody to know where he's at.
See, and we spend,
there he is.
8 hours a year with Justin, and we have for years.
Yep.
Like, so we almost have, I don't know, 2 full work weeks of spending together over the course of time coming up here to the Army-Navy game. So I've known Justin for a long time, even though I don't know him. But the Philadelphia Eagle craze has hit Justin because he walks in. I'm looking at him going like, well, you kind of look like Justin, but you look more like Jason Kelsey. And he did. He's grown his beard out to look like Kelsey. His hair is a little bit longer.
Well, now Kelsey and the Kelsey brothers are pretty popular now.
Well,
and I would assume that
if you're watching on YouTube, let me move my camera.
I would assume that Jason Kelsey
Tell me when you're in the frame.
Is
he in the frame good?
Yeah, he's good. Looks good. I tell you what,
you look thrilled, man. I mean, you look like Jason Kelsey getting up after a tush push.
Well,
that's our engineer, people. So imagine him and grumpy ass Greg Shelton are twins, but not.
Well, let's go back. Jason Kelsey getting up from a tush push. That's what you just said.
Have you not seen the man when he gets off the bottom of that pile? Get your mind out of the gutter.
Ow.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Now, see, tush push or brotherly shove. What's popular in Philadelphia? Brotherly shove.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Not the tush push?
See that? So now we've got it from a true Philadelphia Eagle fan.
Okay.
Lives in Philly. It is the brotherly shove. That is.
Are you an Eagle fan? All right. Because
you can't live in Philly without being an Eagle fan. Are you kidding me?
Dude,
they run you out of town.
I mean, this poor dude has the Jets post-game show that he has to produce and engineer every week. I mean, you talk about misery.
What bet
this
did you
massive
lose?
Teabag. I mean, that's exactly what it is every week. Same caller, Nick in Long Island, right? Yeah. So I was talking to him earlier because when I was in the Navy years ago, we were down in the shipyard and I was telling him what a bleep hole it was in that area of town. And then he kindly says, yeah, it's about where I live now.
Nice. Boy.
Uh-huh.
Did you take your foot out of your mouth?
Yeah, I mean, they've cleaned it up nice. I mean,
Yeah,
nothing is recognizable anymore. I mean, it was so bad. There's a park there, George Washington Park, right? Is it the FDR or it's Washington Avenue, right? What's the street coming out of the shipyard? Broad Street. And that park right there. That park right there, people died there daily. Like as military, you weren't allowed to come to base walking on that side of the street because the drugs, the hookers, and the people that will kill you.
I thought that's what military guys liked. Drugs, hookers.
And you want to stay alive. I'm not saying the military guys didn't like it, but they frowned upon us walking that. You would get in trouble if they saw you walking back to base from that side of the street.
Were they looking?
Always.
Always.
Well,
huh?
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it was a dangerous part of town.
All right.
And now it's not.
Well,
because Justin moved in, cleaned up the whole area.
That's exactly right. Oh, my goodness.
So your buddy John Rahm, you hate all live types. So are you going to now hate John Rahm?
You know, I'm a big fan of John Rahm. Total transparency. This whole thing is gone from a low to a high to a high to a low. It's just, I don't know what you do when somebody says, here's $300 million. You work less than you normally have to.
Well, wait a minute. When Phil Mickelson did that, you blasted his ass.
Well, he's an ass. Okay. So
now there's a guy that you like because everybody else that went over there, you have problems with. Play the teabag drop because this is what you thought of all of them. This massive teabag. Yes. All of them are that way, right?
No, I didn't like the threat to the PGA Tour. I didn't. Now it's the PGA Tour's fault. Look, they've had time to get this thing ramped out. They're trying to work a merger with the live types, and obviously that's not going well. They're not able right now to pay the bonuses that they promised some of these PGA Tour guys. So they're falling apart. And look, but I can't blame them because if the Saudis wanted to make an NFL, guess what? They'd beat the current NFL. Same with basketball. Same with baseball. I mean, they've got enough money to take over the world if they wanted to.
True.
So that's the problem. And when you start throwing money like that around, John Rahm can still play in the majors. He's exempt for the Masters for the rest of his life.
So now you're okay with it?
No, I'm not okay with it.
Well, you sound like you're okay with it.
I hate it.
All right.
But it's I blame the commissioner.
I mean,
Moynihan.
if it was $200 million, you'd be mad?
I'm not. Look,
$100 million?
Hey, if Ron wants to do that and wants to go play with those weenies over there in the Live Tour, let him go.
But
it's a great idea, Jim.
I just think about everything that you've said about all those live types and how much you hate them and they're all dead to you and all this other
I
kind
just
of
said
crap.
that they're all weenies.
Yeah, except for John Rahm.
No,
John Rahm. I mean, guy's already rich. The guy's got more money than he'll spend, that his kids will spend, that his grandkids will spend.
That's true.
And now he's going to go get $300 million and not compete
because he's a greedy.
There
donkey.
you go.
All right, that's why.
Now he's a donkey.
He's a greedy jackass. There you go.
Yeah.
You know, let's have some. You know, history's nothing to these kids today. It's like nothing.
Yeah.
You know, the traditions, the history. Just $300 million. I'm gone.
How much would it?
I would never do that.
How much would it take for you to go do sports talk radio in Saudi Arabia?
Wouldn't take $300 million. They could go a little
300,000.
They could go a little less.
Joe Reinegger reporting live from the Live event.
Well, I'd probably have my own camel. There you go.
I love
one of the
that
perks.
camel.
That's what you're going to work into your contract?
Yes,
I want 300,000 in a camel instead of 300.
It has to be a double humper. Gotta be.
I love that camel.
$300,000, maybe a
You're
little more.
Sellout.
Maybe a little more than $300,000. Now, see, you'd be calling me a donkey if I did. Hey, Minix, you know
but everybody's got a number.
The Saudis just knocked on my door. They're going to pay me X and give me a camel, and I got to go.
You'd be gone.
Yeah.
Is that a camel?
That's a donkey.
What the hell that was?
That's a John Rahm. That's what that is.
Is that you or Rob?
That's me.
That was you?
Of course.
Yeah.
Who makes all the animal noises around here?
Why does that sound more like Rob than you?
Yeah, Rob can't do that. Are you kidding
Pledge,
me?
is that Rob?
That was 100% Joe Reinagel.
You're lying.
It is. It's one of my better days.
That was awful.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that. See,
All right,
that's the way
so
you
we
do it.
just heard Joe do it live. Play that other one again. Yeah, that's Rob. That's got to be
not
Rob.
dude.
That's got to be Rob.
He can have that one. He wants to claim
Your
it. Go
voice
ahead.
cracked at the end. Are you going through puberty?
That was pretty good here. That one, wasn't it? That was nice.
Do it again.
No, I'm not.
Do it again.
I'm not some trained chicken that you can. Here's some feed.
A trained chicken. Hell, you thought you saw a chicken on a building
Dude,
across
I'm
the
telling
street.
you, that looks like a chicken over there.
This did not look like a chicken.
Okay. Just because nobody can see this, I'll explain it. We're sitting here. There's a big window in this room that we're sitting in.
Yeah, it's weird that we're doing a show with windows.
Across the street is, it looks like a hotel, I guess.
Yes,
right? It's another
This
hotel.
is the Marriott.
There is a silver trash can over there
It's a pipe
with some sort
on
of
the ceiling.
with some sort of something
On the roof.
sitting on it that looks like a chicken.
It's an exhaust pipe.
Well, from here it looks like a chicken. I'm going to take a picture of that damn thing.
Rob and Joe were trying to figure out what kind of bird it was.
Yeah, I thought, well, what is that, a hawk?
And Justin was like, it's an exhaust.
Yeah, that's.
See, we're not used to big buildings like this with things that are on top of them.
Looks like a chicken.
The fact that you thought it moved.
No, I said, man, that's not moving. I got fooled by that in L.A., right, with that damn owl. I thought, man, I'm looking out my window of the hotel. There's an owl sitting on the roof. I'm going, man, this is great. I'm taking pictures of that, posting on Twitter and stuff. I come back that evening, go, that damn owl's still sitting there.
Yeah, he bought it at Home Depot for $19.99.
I'm like, what the?
You see what I got to deal with?
Oh, my gosh.
Stock Cowboys Eagles coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're shopping for a new vehicle, you need to go see my friends at Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira I-10 Auto Complex. I'm getting whatever Pop had earlier.
The I don't give a damn.
I care about Ancira because I'm a longtime Ancira customer. Through the years, I've bought many vehicles from Ancira, so I can tell you how great they are. And it's their great customer service before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. That great customer service is why Ancira has been a top family-run dealership in San Antonio for decades. Think Ancira, Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira I-10 Auto Complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Hebner.
It's Thursday Night Football tonight on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Steelers and Patriots, an AFC battle tonight at 6:30 p.m. Presented by Fly by Yingling and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
As the weather gets colder, the NFL offers Stay Hot on FanDuel. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 moneyline bet. That's $150 if your team wins. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is so easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, spreads, player props, over-unders, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/win and kick off the NFL season. That's FanDuel.com/win. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Must be 21 plus and present in state where lawful to wager. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino LLC. First online real money wager only $5 pregame money line wager required. First online real money wager only $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona, 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana, 1-800-522-4700. Visit KSGamblingHelp.com in Kansas, 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia or call 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming. Help is here. Visit gamblinghelpma.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY FNY in New York.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
It's almost that time. Home for the holidays. Get your mortgage or rent paid for an entire year. Increase your chance of winning by also getting your friends entered socially. Make this holiday season the best ever. Just visit sasportstar.com and get signed up. One national winner could win up to $18,000 and pay their rent or mortgage in 2024. Official rules and sign up at sasportstar.com.
You know, I hate asking Joe questions I know he'll get wrong, but you know who this is?
That sounds like an old,
Justin, you know who this is? Everybody listening, everybody knows who this is, right?
No, this is, it sounds like bagpipes and stuff.
It's the Dropkick Murphys.
Right, it sounds like a beer commercial.
Well, or a band from Boston.
Oh, okay.
Like when they played in San Antonio, we played this song over and over and over again as we were giving away tickets when they were over at the Techport Center.
I'm sure they were great.
And I saw them at Boston Calling. They played right before the Foo Fighters in May when we were up here for that concert.
But there's a beer commercial that uses that song. I mean, there is. I've heard it before.
Sam Adams.
Sam Adams. See,
There you
thank
go.
you. There you go.
So you know them from beer.
Well, yeah. now
a beer that you don't drink.
I don't like Sam Adams. Is that a Boston beer?
Yeah,
it is. Okay.
And you'll find it a lot here.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was the weird.
It is.
It is
kind of like having a Sam Adams in Boston is like a breakfast taco in San Antonio.
Yeah, but if you've already tried a Sam Adams,
but it's in Boston,
does it taste different? Look, I'm not opposed to trying one.
I mean, you want a beer?
Yeah,
Sam Adams.
I'll try it. Well, no, that the nice lady bartender earlier that we talked to, she's got lots of good beer.
She does.
Yeah, and none of them were Sam Adams.
That would surprise me if they didn't have Sam Adams.
Well, they might. I just didn't.
I mean,
see
you
it.
just didn't pay attention because you didn't realize that is from here.
Now, Sam Adams has all that like pumpkin spice and then the peppermint patty thing for Christmas, and they got all that goofy stuff, don't they?
The Shiner and some of the others, I mean, they all have some sort of.
Why can't people just make beer? Just give me a beer. I don't want.
Well, there's people that like that. I'm not one of them.
Well, obviously,
clearly you aren't one of them.
Obviously, there is.
You know, it's like the people at I saw something today that I've never seen before. Partly because I don't often get to an airport before 5 a.m.
See.
We got to the San Antonio airport this morning before anything was open. People are there. TSA's there. Very nice at 5 in the morning, too.
Yeah.
Well, really 4 in the morning because the flight was at 5. Starbucks wasn't open. And I thought the guy first in line at Starbucks, and he was a soldier, military army guy in uniform, first in line, 35 deep. They hadn't even raised the cage yet or turned on the lights.
I think that's just you're trained that it's 4:00 in the morning, you need some coffee, and there's Starbucks. You're just hoping they open at some point in time.
But if you keep walking a little bit, there's other places that have coffee. And then like La Rosario's wasn't quite open yet, but at least they had lifted the gate and there was people in there preparing to open. But all these people in line at Starbucks and it's not even open.
Yeah, but you could see 2 people back there.
All right.
And so what's the difference if they're not open? What lift the gate? What does that mean?
Well, I'm just saying.
You crawl under?
I mean, at what point? I mean, how stupid early are you getting to the airport where there's already a long-ass line at Starbucks and they haven't even opened yet? And you know it's going to take them a while anyway.
Dude,
like,
I don't
is your
know.
plane going to leave while you're in line at Starbucks?
We were stupid early this morning.
We were.
Extremely.
I mean, we were. We got to the airport way earlier than we should have.
Yeah, we did. We did. Because, it was crowded, but it wasn't crowded. And we just threw TSA
because
pre,
both of us have TSA pre-check,
right.
But it was still like, all right, 5 o'clock. All right, what time we're leaving? I'm going to pick you up. 3:30, 3:45. It was there at 3:30. It was just like, I don't know. I mean,
yeah, we were a little early this morning, but it's all right. We're here now, and it's all good.
In Boston.
Yeah, and I can't sleep on a plane. Did you sleep?
No.
I mean, I tried, and then you end up breaking your neck, right? Oh,
I did not.
I hate that.
I did not break my neck. I am just so thankful that the plane gods were on my side this morning, because I'm in 29F on United. And I didn't realize if you're a T-Mobile user, you get free Wi-Fi on United, American, and some other airlines. I had no idea. I was Sprint forever until they took over T-Mobile, and there's a lot of perks that T-Mobile offers its customers. So I didn't know that. I was like, wow, this is cool. Saves me $10. But as I'm walking to my seat, there's a big dude sitting in the middle seat.
On your row.
On my row. And I thought, boy, this is going to be a long 3.5-hour flight. And I sit down, and he's there, and he's apologizing because, he's in the middle seat. And then there's a bigger guy that had the aisle seat. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
It's a funny scenario. Go ahead.
Before we take off, lady comes up and says to the guy in the middle, there's an empty aisle seat over here if you'd like it. Boom, he was out of there fast.
Wow, well, I don't blame him.
Yeah, I was so thankful. I'm sure he was too.
Absolutely. One of the worst things is a middle seat. I mean, it really is.
You got to be careful how you say that, because my wife always gets the middle seat.
Well, mine does too, because she's nice enough to sit next to me.
Because we don't want to sit next to people.
Right. Yeah. I'm an aisle guy, so I like to sit on the aisle. So Maggie she'll take the middle seat. So I always end up sitting, because I know, I'm a tall 5'7". I always like the window seat so I can look outside, but also I feel bad if I'm in the aisle and I see some tall guy trying to squeeze in. I don't feel bad. Why do you feel bad?
Well, if I'm sitting, like if I had the aisle and you had the window, you would be mad because you couldn't stretch your leg out.
Well, that's my problem.
I'm considerate, unlike you, Joe. I mean, I think that's the point.
But especially on Southwest, when you're battling for an aisle seat, some of us have to do that. You don't.
I don't do that. I get,
I mean, as soon as we made the reservations to come up here to Boston, I'm checking that seat map, making sure I got an aisle.
Well, it was great though. But I mean, that guy got up, and I was so glad, because I realized not only were these two rather large dudes in the aisle in the middle, and then the guy that was in the middle left, but before he left, he couldn't figure out how to work the TV.
Did you help him?
Well, I was trying to help him. He couldn't figure it out.
Dude, I mean, it's not that hard. You know what sucks? The remote's right in the middle of your armrest.
Well, it is.
And so every time you put your arm down there, the TV's going up and down.
Well, and the problem...
Why do they do that?
Well, I don't know why they do that, but they do. And the other part of it that's kind of weird is essentially it's upside down or backwards. So like if you're trying to go up channels, you're pushing what looks like the down button because of where it is on the armrest, right? And this guy could not figure that out to save his life. And then he had to move. And I was very thankful. I felt like I'd hit the lottery.
You had the whole row?
Well, there was the guy in the aisle.
Oh, okay.
But there was not the
big dude in the middle left.
Let's say the left tackle was still there, but the left guard left. So there was a space in the center, and it was perfect. I was very thankful.
I had to sit next to a goofy Longhorn fan.
That guy that we saw online?
Yes.
That guy was next to you?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. You didn't fake asleep the whole damn time? That guy wouldn't shut up.
I put my earphones in quick.
Dude.
And, I mean, typical Longhorn fan.
Oh, typical Longhorn fan, my ass.
Talking about how great Austin is and all of this.
Dude's from Houston.
Well, he's talking about Austin.
Well, he's a Longhorn fan, but he's from Houston.
And
we got his whole life story. We're in boarding group 3, and I feel like I'm going to get a Christmas card from this guy. And you had to sit next to him?
Well, his wife was a buffer in between us.
Oh, it's okay.
This guy, I mean, can you imagine being married to this poor dude?
I mean, She knew what she was getting into.
Well, I don't know. He must be loaded or
well,
something.
I mean, he talks a big stop, Pledge. He talks a big game because they were at the Big 12 championship
because
game.
All Longhorn fans are arrogant as hell.
And they've got tickets to the Sugar Bowl down in New Orleans. And, of course, the championship game is in Houston. And, and it was like, well, I won't have to get a hotel room for that because it's here in my hometown. This dude was something. I'm so glad that guy had to sit by you.
Well, like I say, his wife was nice enough to sit in the middle seat, and it was kind of a buffer. But
did she talk your ear off too?
No, she was very nice, very polite. I volunteered, put her coat up in the luggage rack. The overhead bin.
Yeah,
that's a nice guy.
You are.
I think by the end, she was like, "Dude, I screwed up. I could have had that guy."
I don't think so.
This massive tea bag.
That's not at all what she said.
I'm just saying. I could just imagine her saying that.
You could, huh?
Sure.
I don't think so.
It's been a day.
Rudy J, come over here, man.
Rudy J.
Rudy J is Rudy J. We'll get him all situated over here. Rudy J from R&R in the morning. As he gets situated, to remind you that we'll talk with Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys coming up at 4:30. And as we sit right now, Mike McCarthy is scheduled to be on R&R in the morning. When I was emailing with him earlier, he wants to be back on a regular schedule tomorrow, and that does include the interview. Still kind of a standby. But, dude, you're in Boston. It's 3:50. Why the hell are you hanging out at the hotel?
What do you mean? Doing nothing is doing something. I'm 46 years old.
Dude, it's cold outside.
And it's freezing, dude. Like, what are you talking about? And there's nothing. What do you want me to go do? What am I supposed to be doing?
You're in Boston.
It's dark.
It's dark. It's dark at 4:00.
Dude, I went to around the corner, got me a little bottle, just been sipping.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we'll cut this short.
Yeah, we will. You were like, man, I can't wait to get up there, and I'm going to do the show, and then I'm going to go check out the city. And then you text me when we land, and you were like door dashing food because it was cold and you didn't want to go outside. And now it's 4:00 and you're hanging out with us. Where's your wife? Is she out shopping?
No, she's in the room. She had her lobster roll, so she's good. From lobster roll.
The lobster roll.
Lobster on the roll.
Did you eat one?
No.
Why?
I don't know.
Dude, I didn't want one either.
It's a texture thing.
It doesn't look all that
like yours
great.
didn't look that appealing.
Dude, it was fantastic.
Hers was pretty good. I tasted it. The bun was fantastic. Lobster on the roll. Lobster.
The bun. You ate the bread.
I ate some of the bread.
I was a little pissed. They had too much lettuce on mine.
Yeah, yours had a lot of lettuce on there. They gave you a ton of lobster, though. What did it cost you, $30?
38, sir.
See, my wife's was like 26. Which is crazy.
Why'd she get a half of one or what?
Where did she go? She go somewhere else?
Lobster on the roll. Some dude on a bike brought it.
Some dude on a bike.
He was like, I'm in the lobby. We Uber Eats it, so we didn't have to.
Dude, you're in the. I mean, what are you doing?
What do you mean?
I mean, go out and enjoy the city.
I did. I brought the city to me.
Oh no, Uber Eats from the. I mean, it's like getting a breakfast taco from Circle K, man.
No, it is not.
It is.
No,
exactly what that is.
I Googled it. It had 5 stars.
Well, sure.
And it lived up to it.
I mean, because you don't know any better. I mean, that's.
Wait, time out. Didn't you have one from the hotel?
I did.
Like, stop. So yours from the hotel is not a like OG Boston lobster roll, bro.
I don't know. It's the West.
And your clam chowder looks shaky.
Oh,
it was right. Oh, this is on the tab.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was great.
Exactly.
I had breakfast on the same.
But I mean, we haven't had an opportunity because we landed and had to go straight.
Well, I told my wife, I was like, we're just gonna wait on y'all. When y'all get off air, we'll make a move.
Okay. What do you want to go? Where do you want to go?
Where you and Indy Kalu go.
Your wife is here.
She don't care.
All right.
Yeah, they don't. I'm not sure they have those places here, Rudy.
They do.
We'll have to call up the dude on the bicycle to bring us a little something and
bring it to us.
Right.
They'll deliver.
Well, no, I'm just talking about the supplies. Then we go there.
They'll deliver that too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh well, it's a little bit more pricey.
Well, that's what's great about this country. You know, you get anything.
You know what? I told Rob this morning, Boston's nicer than I thought.
Yeah, it's not.
I had a different picture of Boston in my head.
You realize this is a very high-end part of Boston.
Oh,
you don't,
I'm thinking of the town.
You don't want your
I'm thinking
wife
of Ben Affleck where they robbed the banks. Charleston.
Yeah, no, you don't want your wife to go shopping down these stores.
Why?
It's like Rodeo.
Oh, we can't. It won't go through. She can go. She can go, but it's gonna be, ma'am. You're gonna have to whisper to her. It declined. It's not. She can go all she wants. It's not going through.
Some of it might.
Something might go through. Like keychain.
My goodness.
I mean, stop.
Well, you don't even have your wife here. Are you okay?
Yeah. Although she's now dealing with the FOMO.
Is she?
Oh yeah.
Dude, she's been working for 20 years. She could have got both weekends off.
No, it's because she's not here because my niece is getting married. We're all
next week, right?
Next week, yeah. Wednesday we leave for the wedding.
Damn.
Yeah.
Joe's gonna get to talk next week.
Maybe.
Absolutely, yeah.
Maybe. Although he's gonna get you to fill in.
He never calls me. Joe, he's like, Joe got a lot of stuff bottled up because he don't get to art. Y'all be fighting. And you don't let him get everything out he wants.
Well, he
to get
gets
out.
everything out. He does.
His Longhorn hate is worse than mine.
Now, it wasn't Longhorn hate. It's just true. Even if you're a Longhorn fan, you know you're arrogant as hell.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
What was your video with the horns down today?
I didn't do a horns down.
Yeah, you did.
Because I just like trolling y'all.
Well, you are a king troll guy.
That's all. I love trolling Longhorn fan because y'all are so like entitled. Like y'all act like y'all won some titles recently. It's the same. You're a Cowboy fan, Longhorn fan, same guy.
In a lot of ways, you're right. Except for the Longhorns have won a lot sooner than the Cowboys.
Yeah, 06. So 10 years.
Well, that's a lot. It's a lot longer than the Cowboys.
It's like a whole decade.
Yeah.
And we were there in 10.
Oh, when
Colt got hurt. Yeah. That would have been one. That's the one that got away.
How was y'all's flight? Did y'all do Delta?
No. What were we on?
United.
My wife did Delta, and she's in love. She's like, Delta is where it's at. They gave me headphones, TV screen.
Well, we had all that.
Yeah, we have all that.
So
you
Southwest
just sucking up to Eloy, our good buddy that works for Delta. So you're trying to get
Southwest is slacking. Although I did get 2 free drinks.
There you go.
You know what I did? I started patting my pants.
Yeah, they've seen that move before.
It worked.
It does every time. They don't give a damn.
I was like, hey, I must have left my drink passes. She was like, it's not on your phone. I thought about you.
Rudy's like, man, I need some passes. They sent them on your phone now.
Yeah, Joe took them all. Joe took all the paper ones.
He did.
I did.
The leftover ones.
Yeah.
What, that St. Louis trip?
And many others.
In Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Must be nice.
Hey, dude, I said, here's to Rudy.
No, you didn't.
I know he didn't enjoy it.
You're such a liar.
Here's to Rudy. Thanks.
What time is it over there?
Huh?
We're an hour ahead here.
Okay, so y'all about to talk to Steven shortly.
Yeah. 30 minutes or so.
Are you going to ask him about Coach and is he okay?
Well, of course.
Well, Rob told me it was painful. Rob told me he had tickets to a U2 concert and he didn't even go because a couple of days later he was still in pain. He just couldn't stand up.
Dude, Rob played water wiggle in his shower today.
Yeah, he did.
So
he did. Did you hear that?
So yeah. So I don't know if I believe anything.
So you in our showers, you haven't took a shower here yet. They have the thing you can take off and get to areas that are hard to reach when you get older. And Rob had a field day. He was like, I got water in places I haven't seen in years.
And apparently he flooded the room.
He flooded the room.
And he walked back into the room and the maid was in there cleaning it up.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll continue this conversation coming up here at the Sports Center on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's Sunday Night Football. The Cowboys and Eagles. Nothing better on a Sunday night beginning at 6.
Deep down the right side. Oh, it's caught at the 45, 40, Pollard, 20. Good night, nurse.
Presented by Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When my daughter gets a cold, I have a secret weapon. DayQuil Kids Berry from Vicks. DayQuil Kids is specially formulated to treat kids' most bothersome cold and cough symptoms quickly. And the best part is that DayQuil Kids Berry tastes really great. Aren't you supposed to be resting? Maybe.
DayQuil Kids Berry. The kids' berry-licious daytime congestion, coughing, stuffy head, stuffy nose, just for kids medicine. safe for kids 6 years plus.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Are lab-grown diamonds ecologically friendly? They were developed in laboratories, but most of the millions of lab-grown diamonds in jewelry stores were manufactured in huge factories in China and India. Tens of thousands of massive furnaces are heated to about 20% of the temperature of the surface of the sun, put under immense pressure, and held there for 2 to 3 weeks to produce a lab-grown diamond. These furnaces use a tremendous amount of subsidized electricity produced in China and India by mostly coal-powered plants. The subsidized coal-powered electricity is used to produce inexpensive, easily identifiable lab-grown diamonds, whose wholesale price has crashed to almost nothing. Some jewelers still try to sell them for thousands of dollars, while others give them away for free with a purchase. America's Diamond only offers traditional, real, natural, earth-grown diamonds that are rare, extremely beautiful, and have had real value for centuries. See our television program tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or right now at americasdiamond.com.
It's Macy's one-day sale now with great deals of the day on gifts we love, like 60 to 65% off warm and stylish coats for everyone, 35 to 70% off fine jewelry she'll adore, and 75% off holiday decor for a cozy, welcoming home. Best of all, everyone gets $10 Macy's money for every $50 spent. Learn more at Macys.com/Macy's money. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Wendy's Peppermint Frosty and Frosty Cream Cold Brew make the perfect gift for anyone in your life, especially for you. Yeah, this year you're sitting on your own lap and getting yourself what you want. Finally. And now every day this season, unlock 20% off your total when you get any small, medium, or large Frosty in the Wendy's app. So order something from your own wish list this year.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's with app offer and registration. Applies to menu items only. Taxes and fees excluded.
Tease the season at Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the TaylorMade Still 2 Carbon Woods that combine speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness. Now up to $100 off. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards at any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Edwin Watts Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Life moves fast. No one has time for a car, truck wreck, or commercial vehicle accident. At Davis Law Firm, we get it. When you call the force, you don't have to worry about insulting offers from insurance adjusters, property damage, or car rental. With over 25 years experience, we have secured important verdicts and settlements, some in the millions of dollars. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car, truck wreck, or hit by a commercial vehicle, call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember. 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
The holiday season is right around the corner, so give the gift that's hard to wrap, but easy to give. Give them a Steel. With powerful trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws to place under the tree, the Steel Holiday Gift Guide has something for everyone. Save $20 on the VGA 57 battery-powered blower. Visit your local Steel dealer or go to steelusa.com/gift guide. Real Steel. Find yours. Now $179.99 was $199.99 MSRP. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Sponsored by Bosch Power Tools. In honor of Giving Tuesday, Bosch is donating over $20,000 worth of power tools, measuring tools, and accessories to trade school programs in Charlotte, Tampa, Dallas, and San Antonio. Bosch strives to support students' learning and development by providing teachers and students with the tools they need to engage in hands-on skill-building experiences. Whether it's hammering through concrete, hard to build a future career in the trades, Bosch Power Tools understands that hard workers deserve the best. Visit pressroom.boschtools.com.
They're local, they're San Antonio, and they know sports. They're R&R in the morning, KTFM Floresville, and SASportsStar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Spurs losing streak now 15 in a row after dropping their game in Minnesota. They return home tomorrow night when they welcome in the Chicago Bulls to town. LSU quarterback Jaden Daniels, the AP College Football Player of the Year, school's second winner in the past 5 seasons. Usually, that means he's going to win the Heisman Trophy. We'll find out soon enough. The Blitz from Boston continues right now.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. In Boston, getting ready for Army-Navy, presented by USAA. Game coming up on Saturday. Tomorrow, during the Army-Navy Radio Row, just some of the people that I know that we have confirmed right now. And anytime you say confirmed, always subject to change. But we're going to have Jacob Hester on the show tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll figure out times. A guy that's probably pissed off that Florida State got left out, E.J. Manuel.
Yeah, I would imagine.
That should be a fairly interesting conversation.
Everybody should be upset by that.
Stop it.
Yeah, former Longhorn Brian Jones, Joe Andruzzi, and the boss man from USAA, Wayne Peacock, the CEO.
Shout out to Mr. Peacock.
Is going to join
Peacock.
us.
Yeah,
absolutely. And as a Navy guy, what I believe this year we're not stuck in the Army hotel.
No, we're not.
What do you mean
Wait,
stuck?
those people were great last year.
They're fantastic.
So what do you mean stuck?
Well, because every year we're always generally with the Army.
Who are we with this year?
I don't know. I mean, because Army's across the street. We saw their buses get here a little while ago.
Well, that doesn't mean they're across the street, are they? Okay,
Yeah,
well, see, I got confirmation over here from a reliable source.
Well, yeah, our Justin, our engineer, who looks like Jason Kelsey, told us that earlier too. Do you not consider our engineer a reliable source?
Well, he's from Philadelphia.
What the hell does he know?
Oh, exactly.
He's the engineer. He knows everything. He can get in anywhere. He knows everything.
True.
Right?
I must not have been listening at that point in time.
Do you have any of our guests on there? Promote them.
I don't have your guest.
Why wouldn't you have our guest?
You're going to have
I don't produce your show, sir.
Mike McCarthy.
I'm not.
Would you say Mike McCarthy?
Yeah, you've got Mike McCarthy.
That's all you need.
I did handle that for you earlier. Yeah, Mike McCarthy is scheduled, assuming he's still feeling okay, but the email I got was he wants to be back on regular schedule tomorrow, and that, for whatever reason, means talking to you and Rob.
I want to argue with E.J. Manuel. I'm jealous of that one.
Why do you want to argue with him?
Because I want to break it to him nicely.
Now, see, this is good because we haven't talked since
we haven't.
So you're okay with what happened? The committee got it right.
I'm okay with the best 4 teams being in.
Are you sure they're the best 4?
I'm positive.
How are you positive? What makes you the expert that says that any of those 4 teams are better than Florida State, with or without their starting quarterback?
Because when you only have 6 points against Louisville going into the third, you're not one of the 4 best teams in the league.
Oh, really?
Is
that right?
You're not.
Uh-huh.
You're not. You know that, Joe.
No,
You're just being fair.
No, I don't.
And you know what shocks me about you not liking this? Because you don't do the everyone gets a trophy. You're not everyone gets a trophy guy.
This is not
the only thing they did right
is win every game they played.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's
but they're not one of the best 4 teams.
You don't know that.
Well, we do know that without their best player.
Joe, you bet. Would you take them against any of the 4?
Yes.
You would put Joe Reinagle's hard-earned money up against Florida State to beat one of those 4 teams.
Yes. I've got a fridge full of beer from bets that Joe would lost. So I believe him when he says yes, he would take that bet.
Just a question. Just a question for you. So if Alabama lost their quarterback, you'd kick them out?
Yes, yes. I honestly would.
If Texas,
after what I saw against
Malik
them,
Murphy was quarterback in Texas, you'd kick him out?
Yes.
No, Jason's lying.
I'm asking Rudy. I'm asking Rudy.
I would. Those 2 games he started when Quinn Ewers was out.
Penix is out for Washington. You kicking them out?
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude, you're crazy.
Well, first off,
since when So there's about 7 AFC teams that are using second-string quarterbacks this week. Kick them
You
all
don't
out.
trust any of them.
We should have committees just picking. Why play the games?
Well, I mean,
that looks like the best team. Oh, no, they look pretty good.
You know what
today.
happened?
That team
I'm going
looks
to tell you
good.
what happened, Joe.
Alabama barely beat Auburn. They needed a miracle to beat a 6-6
Joe,
team.
that is a rivalry game. You know better. That a rivalry game is all hands off. You
Go
know
Navy
that.
beat Army.
Huh?
Go Navy beat Army.
When Army kicks Navy's butt this week.
Quit sucking up.
They will. They will.
They will.
But this is the thing. The reason why you're upset is because the committee has always done who deserves it. And this is the first year they picked the 4 best. When they did Cincinnati, they're like, oh, they deserve it. It's cute. When they did TCU, oh, they deserve it. It's cute. And they've learned their lesson.
Michigan's butt.
A couple of
and
things.
then they got 60.
Did
they got beat by 60,
Michigan?
Joe.
Did you think they were going to beat Michigan?
No, I didn't. I'm
No,
being
you
honest. I did not.
Of course, nobody did.
I did not.
Nobody did.
Now, one of the cool things about all of this, and it's not really cool because, as I've said, Florida State got screwed big time.
How?
Because they won all their games.
Once you start taking money, Jason, it's no longer like, hey, man, come over here, hold your hand. This is big boy. This big boy business.
With the committee having the ability within the rules, if you go through all the rules, not just the ones you want to read, that they won all their games in a conference championship. You lose a star player, that can be held against you. And it's the last year of this format, so they finally had the balls to do it. I said Friday before it all, Florida State wins. I thought they would get in because I didn't think the committee would leave them out.
Else.
And I thought Texas would be the team that was left out.
Michigan thought so too. Michigan pooped down their leg when they found out they got to play Bama.
Yeah, they weren't thrilled with it.
Because they wanted a third-string quarterback
If we're getting the 4 best teams, why is Georgia not in there?
I'm going to tell you why, Joe. And I argued with Jason and Pledge all night.
Georgia whips all 4 of those
On
teams.
Saturday night, I argued with them. Their strength of schedule was terrible.
That doesn't matter.
And when the one team they played that was good, they lost. They played Alabama and they lost. That's just fair.
It's a rivalry game, Rudy. It's a rivalry game.
That's what you're going to.
It's a rivalry game.
They had like the 66th strength of schedule.
What difference does it make? They hadn't lost in 29 games.
Well, see, that's what Jason and Pledge had to let me know. That's what we're going off of this year,
hold
Joe.
on, though. See, that's what I hate about you, the way because you'll tell me that Longhorn win over Alabama was in September, week 2. It doesn't matter. But you want to bring up 29 games? I mean, half of the guys that were part of those 29 wins are in the NFL. Half of them are on the defense for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Joe, I've never seen you take the everyone gets a trophy route. You know Florida State's not one of the 4 best teams.
No,
you know that.
I don't know that because all I know is that everybody Florida State played, they beat.
Are you still putting Cincinnati to win the Super Bowl?
No. Oh, did you have them before Joe Burrow went out?
What difference does that make?
Well, they lost their quarterback. Are you still thinking Cincinnati can go win the Super Bowl?
I don't know. Did you think that they were going to win the other night?
No, I thought that was going to be a terrible game. I thought it was going to be a terrible game. I was wrong.
It just proves the point.
That you got to play it out on the field.
So because the quarterback's the best player on the team, you're going to punish everybody else. Everybody else. Those guys, I guess they're just crap.
They all get a trophy.
They got a better defense than any one of those 4 teams. Florida
Joe
State.
Ryan, stop. Joe, you can't even say that with a straight face.
It is absolutely true.
They have a better defense
than all 4 of those teams.
Let me sleep on that.
I don't want to sleep on it.
I mean, that defense was great against a bad Louisville team.
You know,
a week ago he was saying that they lost to Kentucky. How good are they?
So who do you want out? Because every time we have these arguments, it's like, hey, they deserve to be in. So what team would you kick out for Florida State?
I would not have Texas or Alabama in because for the first
time. So you would have Georgia, Florida State.
I would have Georgia, Florida State. And the reason why, never in the history of the college playoffs, what is it, 12 years?
10. Whatever.
Have an 8 and a 7 seed jumped into the Final Four.
And I agree with that. And like I said, I didn't think Texas was going to get in. But I also would have left the SEC completely out. And what the committee did show us is that the SEC is the only one with an automatic
Jason
qualifier.
Minix.
If I was the leaf, if Florida State were to get in.
If you were in that committee eating charcuterie boards and tonic,
what?
Charcuterie.
Who?
Charcuterie. Charcuterie
What?
boards and almonds and bagels. You would have left the SEC out. Jason, your football integrity is on the line right now.
If I was putting Florida State in, which I would not have, because I didn't have to with the rules. But if Florida State would have got in, Texas would have got in, because Alabama, they didn't have very many impressive wins.
They beat Ole Miss, Tennessee, and LSU. Texas doesn't have those.
Did you not
Texas
just
don't
say
have those
4
three?
minutes ago about the miracle they needed to beat Auburn? They barely beat an A&M coach that fired their coach, and they barely beat Arkansas that should have fired their coach.
Give me Georgia.
Georgia struggled with South Carolina.
Fair. Georgia, Ole Miss, LSU, Tennessee. Give me 4 wins like that Texas had. You can't. You can't.
They won their conference championship
against a team that lost to South Alabama,
that also beat Oklahoma, that beat Texas, and still finished in the top 25. Hold on. We'll continue this in a moment, but we do have Stephen Jones coming up. We do have to stay somewhat on track.
Schedule. Yeah,
absolutely.
Is it 4:15 or 4:30?
Well, we were supposed to break at 4:10, and he's at 4:30, and we got another break before that.
I got a point to make.
Well, hold that thought. Hope you can remember it.
I can remember it.
And Ryan Eagle will try to make a point coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1.
This is going to blow you away.
All right, hold it.
First, I want to tell you about Stevens Roofing. Stevens Roofing is a roofing company in San Antonio, local company that's been there for a long, long time, and they're not going anywhere. In fact, you could say that there's one name in roofing that stands high above the rest. That's Stevens Roofing. Look, a quality roof overhead by Stevens Roofing means comfort. It means confidence. It means peace of mind. It's protection for all the things you love. And during this holiday season, Stevens Roofing would like to thank all first responders and military service members for the protection and the peace of mind that they provide. Look, when you're in the market for repairs or you need a new roof on your house, an upgrade, work with the experienced team that brings local roots, value, and a vast knowledge of their craft to every job. You want to work with Stevens Roofing. Stevens Roofing, give them a call, 210-785-0994. You can also get them online at stevensroofing.net. Let me give you that number one more time, 210-785-0994, or online at stevensroofing.net. And oh, by the way, the folks at Stevens Roofing, well, they want to wish everyone a very happy holiday season.
It's Thursday Night Football tonight on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Steelers and Patriots, an AFC battle tonight at 6:30 p.m. Presented by Fly by Yingling and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is time to play Past the Pigskin for a chance to win $5,000 cash and tailgate prize packs. Celebrate with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds by entering the Pork Rind Appreciation Day giveaway at porkrindappreciationday.com. That's porkrindappreciationday.com. And don't forget to pick up your favorite bold flavored protein packed Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds today at HEB.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax. 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
For over 17 years, the award-winning legal team at George Salinas Injury Lawyers has been representing personal injury victims all across Texas. Have you been injured in an accident? George Salinas is ready to represent you with free consultations, 24/7 availability, and no attorney fees unless we win. George Salinas Injury Lawyers will help you get the results you need so you can focus on recovery. If you've been injured, one call could change your entire case. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers, 210-225-0909, or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets justice.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure for max strength daytime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. DayQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure. The daytime, non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold, and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
The Jim Rome Show.
Hey, Jim Rome here, and back in the military city of San Antonio.
Weekdays at noon on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. In Boston, Army-Navy weekend has begun. Rudy J did his show. Now he's hanging out with us because it's too cold for him to go outside and explore Beantown.
Yeah, man. I walked down the street, got me a little bottle, got me a little something to eat, and I just been chilling, man. You know?
Mm-hmm. And then you just felt like arguing with Joe.
Yeah, I needed to talk to Joe.
Yeah, we got to talk every now and then.
Every now and then, Joe and I have to get at each other.
Yeah.
The rejoins aren't enough. Did y'all get my chocolate balls?
Yeah, well, we
where
couldn't
were
find
they?
your chocolate
They
balls.
were right behind you.
No, they weren't.
In the advent calendar.
Oh.
Well, you put a couple milk duds in there?
No, they were like freaking boudin balls, but chocolate.
Well, why didn't you tell us that's where they were? All I heard was chocolate balls.
They were right behind your neck.
That's kind of like a tea bag.
That's a whole
pledge.
Bags of tea.
Come on, pledge.
Bags of tea. 374 pounds of tea.
Total fumble.
He
This
did,
massive
right?
tea bag.
I just set him up for that.
Doing, dude, the text I get about y'all. So y'all were talking about dudes in showers.
What?
The other day.
Dudes,
No,
yeah.
Jason Kelsey was.
Now, y'all were talking about taking showers at school.
Well,
right?
Jason Kelsey started that.
Is that what was it?
Because he was
it Nick Foles?
No.
He was saying in high school it was awkward because there'd be guys that would wear swimsuits in the shower.
I mean, Rudy's talking about your favorite NBA player.
Oh.
Who?
We're not going down that road. Okay. Stephen Jones is going to join us in about 10 minutes. Joe has a point. We don't want him to forget his point.
I don't. It's
you already forgot.
It's a point I've been making. It's about this college football playoff thing, right? Now, all I want you guys to admit, all right, the 4 teams are there.
I'm listening.
You guys think it's the best. Don't tell me that Florida State couldn't win. Yeah, you can't tell me that with any degree of credibility. You can't.
Why not?
Don't. Yeah, if you're happy with the 4 teams that are in there, fine. But don't give me this, wow, Florida State doesn't have a chance. Because all of that is complete BS.
You're right. They have a chance. Everybody has a chance.
Right.
I mean, New England has a chance to score 30 points tonight against Pittsburgh.
No, they don't.
I mean, they got a chance. Right? I mean, they've got a chance.
Well, that's completely different than what we're talking about, but okay.
But the committee's job is to take the teams they think are the 4 best at the moment.
The committee's job is to be corrupt, and I'm glad it's over.
What?
That's all it is.
I'm sure that's in the job description somewhere, but their job is to take what they think
is the 4
best teams at the moment when they make their final
Then why is Georgia not in there?
Released? Well, because apparently the committee didn't think they did. And then also they're trying to create 3 great games for television.
Look, the committee
follow
knew
the money.
Committee knew, and we got to get out of here so we can get to Steven. The committee knew that they were going to take a hit leaving Florida State out. The committee wanted to put Bama and Georgia, but they didn't want to take 2 hits. You were already going to take a hit for Florida State. They wanted to leave Texas out and take Bama and Georgia. They didn't want to. They were like, look, we're going to take 1 hit with Florida State. We're not going to take both because everybody thinks it's the SEC Invitational anyway.
Well,
but I guarantee you they didn't want to leave Georgia out.
The whole process. So, and again, I mean, you get 13 people in a room, and Google Mike Leach talking about the committee because I
saw it. That was great. That was a great take. He was way ahead of the curve.
Oh, always. But that Heather Dinich article where she kind of takes us, you argue, and then you go to a secret ballot. So we're sitting next to all of us right here are sitting, but I mean, we know what we're saying, but then we go to the secret ballot, so you have no idea.
I don't like that. I think it should be on camera.
So y'all are giving the committee way too much credit. They didn't get it right. They're corrupt. All they did was
that's a strong word.
Dude, it's been happening for years. They're corrupt.
All right.
That's the way it is.
It should be on TV, and they should sell the spots. I want to see how they came to the conclusion.
What I want to know though is why is this a secret?
I agree.
If Heisman voters are revealed, if All-Star voters, if Hall of Fame voters, if how you vote in regular rankings for the media types, why are these guys able to have an argument amongst 3 dudes and then go to a secret ballot and do their thing?
Nick Saban knew he's getting in the minute he walked off that field. He had no
Did you
problem.
see their Alabama reaction to getting in? They were like,
yeah.
It was more subdued than anyone.
They've been there.
Alabama Invitational, baby.
Stephen Jones joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're going to do any grilling this weekend, before you do, make sure you get into Tri-County Meat Market. Either of their 2 great locations, locally owned and full service. They have everything you need to up your grilling game. And I tell you what, you also need to start planning for your Christmas dinner. And that does start at Tri-County Meat Market if you're thinking about doing a great Christmas prime rib or a tenderloin. And they've got these great gift boxes that you could get that have variations of steaks and sausages and jerkies and seasonings. Very popular, but you need to order those in advance, especially prime rib and the tenderloins, because they only get a limited number. So get in and get those orders in for your Christmas dinner. Tri-County Meat Market, 2 great locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Huebner, online at tricountymeat.com.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's Sunday Night Football. The Cowboys and Eagles. Nothing better on a Sunday night beginning at 6.
Deep down the right side. Oh, it's caught at the 45, 40, Pollard, 20. Good night, nurse.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the UFC fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Celebrating 10 years in business, the Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hey folks, Steve Brent's here at beautiful Winans Creek Ranch in Bandera, inviting you to our holiday land sale event going on right now. It's the best time of the year to get an incredible deal on a gorgeous 10 to 15 acre luxury ranch home site here at Winans Creek. Take advantage of deep discounts and terrific bank and special below market seller financing. Plus, ask us about our closing cost bonus offers, saving you even more during our sale. Winans Creek features secluded private settings, spectacular 30-mile views, a gorgeous creekfront park, as well as paved roads, high-speed internet, electric, and more. Plus, Winans qualifies for low ag exempt taxes. The rush of the holidays will be here soon, but there's still time to get a great deal on your 10 to 15 acre luxury ranch home site you've always dreamed of. So come out and see me today at Winans Creek Ranch, and we'll help put together an incredible deal that will make your holidays bright. Give us a call at 866-952-6323 or go to WinansCreekRanch.com.
Hey guys, Chris Brockman here. Prize Picks, it's the most fun I've had, winning up to 25 times my money this football season. And now I can play during basketball season 2. I can take combo projections across both sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less their projection, and place your entry. You could turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and an enormous selection of players and stat options are what makes PrizePicks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. And PrizePicks is the only DFS platform with an injury insurance policy, keeping you in the game if one of your players goes down. Join the PrizePicks community of more than 7 million football fans who have already signed up. Right now, PrizePicks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/primetime and use the code PRIMETIME. That's code PRIMETIME at prizepicks.com/primetime for a first deposit match of up to $100. PrizePicks, daily fantasy sports made easy. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer Sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair is gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
This December, Total Wine & More has super exciting ways to get some of your favorites at the lowest prices possible. These deals are so amazing, we should probably just call it Deal-cember. Kettle One 1.75 liter is $29.99. Woodford Reserve 1.75 liter is only $49.99. Canaritos Hard Soda Variety 12-pack is $12.99. And Naomi Pinot Noir is $14.97. It's Deal-cember at Total Wine & More, where you'll find what you love and love what you find.
Limit 2. Prices effective now through December 10th. Drink responsibly. B21.
Life moves fast. No one has time for a car, truck wreck, or commercial vehicle accident. At Davis Law Firm, we get it. When you call the force, you don't have to worry about insulting offers from insurance adjusters, property damage, or car rental. We recently settled a wrongful death case in a commercial vehicle accident for $5 million. Net to clients was $2.8 million. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car, truck wreck, or hit by a commercial vehicle, call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember. 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
The Golf Club of Texas has some of the best course conditions with the friendliest staff. The golf is great. They have a lighted driving range and practice area. While it feels like a country club, it's not a private club. It's open to the public, so bring the family into the 10 Cup Bar. It's the nicest sit-down restaurant in that area of SA, specializing in Texas food, wine, and spirits. For golf or dinner, go to Golf Club of Texas off Highway 90, online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
It's the Mike McCarthy Show every Friday morning at 6:45 and 9 with R&R in the morning.
Morning, Coach. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good morning, Rob and Rudy.
Good morning. A look at the Cowboys' upcoming game, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live in Boston. Getting ready for the Army-Navy game coming up on Saturday. Going to be a good time. We got NFL football tonight. It's a good reminder to go to sasportstar.com and get your picks in for the A-Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge. Weekly winners get that $50 gift card to Five Oaks Ace Hardware. At the end of the year, the grand prize winner, $1,000 worth of tickets from A-Awesome Tickets.
Yeah, which is awesome. That reminds me, I haven't done that yet. I need to go in and do that.
Literally why I do that.
Yeah, so people remember, right? Or are you doing that for me?
Well, for everybody.
Oh, I appreciate it.
But I just
Thank you.
Got my picks in.
Oh, so you forgot too. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I've been traveling all day.
Oh,
I mean, we've been together, but I didn't forget. It was just a matter of when was I going to get to it before the game tonight.
I'm going to have to do that too before the game tonight. But I'm really confused because it's like 5:30 here in Boston.
It is.
And it's only 4:30 in San Antonio.
That's how time zones work.
And I'm confused. And not to mention, it looks like it's midnight here in Boston.
It's dark outside.
It got dark about an hour and a half ago. It's just weird.
It's weird because we're doing a show with windows. Our studio does
that's a good point.
Not have windows. So we normally don't do our show with a view of the outside world. And a lot of times we're on location. We're not generally in a spot where we could look outside. But I would like to say we're in a sky rise, and we are. But we're on the second floor. So where we are right now is the second floor.
So we're not actually in a sky rise.
We're in a sky rise. We're just not at the top of the sky rise.
Right. Well,
yes.
I guess that makes sense.
Stephen Jones will join us shortly. I just got a text up.
He will, huh?
Yes, he's
working on a deal.
I mean, you never know. He might be. Maybe he's checking on his head coach to make sure he's doing okay.
You think?
You take him some soup?
Sure. Well, I can see Jerry doing that with his little apron and stuff and going and feeding Mike McCarthy a little chicken soup.
You think about the game coming up Sunday. Of course, you can listen to that game here on 94.1. There was an interesting promo that I saw on NBC for the game.
Oh, my gosh.
Not a must win, but a can't lose game.
Now, how does that make sense to anybody?
Well, because it's not by definition a must win game, but you can't afford to lose it if you're the Dallas Cowboys. Or really for either team.
Well, Dallas can't. I would have to agree with that. Dallas.
I think
it's a bigger game for Dallas than it is for Philadelphia, and I say that just simply by looking ahead at the schedules coming up. Philadelphia's schedule appears to be much easier than the Cowboys moving forward.
And we know the Cowboys are in the middle of this gauntlet right now. Started last week with Seattle. They've got a great win. And then, of course, Sunday night, it's the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's talk about it with Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And, Stephen, before we get into talking about the Eagles coming up on Sunday night, can you give us an update on head coach Mike McCarthy?
Well, it's certainly not my appendix, but he seems to be doing great and ready to coach. So he's a tough man, and but I do also know he knows how important this game is. Wouldn't miss it for anything if possible, and I think he's doing recovering in a very great way, and be ready to coach him up.
Well, that's got to be kind of a scary thing, I would think, Stephen, for everybody there at the Star. And when you hear your head coach is hurting like that, then has to go to the hospital.
Well, that is. I mean, like I said, it's not mine. It's easy to downplay it, because if it were mine, I'd be wanting a lot of compassion and pity. But Mike, like I said, Mike sets a great tone here. You know, the great news is he's one of those guys who's confident, too. He's got an amazing staff and guys like Dan Quinn and Coach Schottenheimer and Bones and his whole crew did a great job of getting everybody prepared. Hopefully he'll be back it sounded like he's going to maybe be back in the building tomorrow, the next day, but he'll be ready to coach this group up. And I can assure you, he may be having to sit still, but he's studying up.
Well, and sitting still, and obviously he's not going to miss the game on Sunday, but is there a contingency plan? Would he be in the press box maybe, or in a way where he wouldn't be in any kind of harm's way if he has to move quickly?
Well, Mike's thinking through all that. I can tell you his thought is he's going to be there. So I know, we always thinking about what if, but in general, his 100% thought is he's going to be there on the sideline ready to roll.
Stephen, looking at this game, and obviously it's Philadelphia, which makes it important. What all is at stake in this game? But when you look at the Dallas Cowboys, this game really starts a gauntlet, for lack of a better word, for this Cowboys football team. And I know you got to take care of one at a time, but, man, the schedule's going to be tough, and December's going to be fun.
Well, all we're worried about, as you said, and, of course, that's exactly what we're going to say, but we're worried about the Eagles. And it's one game at a time, and we all, not to point them out or anything, but everybody, wants to look past the team that's in the lower end of the league, like the Cardinals, and you get beat by anybody. So we're 1,000% focused on the Eagles, and certainly as you get toward the end of the season here, we still got a lot of football left to play, but you also know, this is when you need to start playing your best football. I think we're trending in that direction. To where we are playing some of our best. We can always be better and improve in all three phases, but in general, feel good about where we're headed. But this will be a great game, and our fans have been amazing. giving us this home field advantage. I think we have the longest home winning streak in the NFL right now. So it'll be great to be at home. We need our fans to help make a great environment. Like, if we play well, go out and do our job, we can come away successful here.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This game, obviously, it's a big game for a variety of reasons. NBC's running a promo right now, Stephen, that says it's not a must-win, but a can't-lose game. What is your guys' approach? It's not must-win, but kind of is, but it is a can't-lose game, right?
Well, our approach is we got to go out and play the very best that we can possibly play. It's a divisional opponent. Obviously, they lead the division right now. We understand how important the game is, but we've got to go out and execute and play the best football we possibly can, and then things take care of themselves.
Stephen, let me ask you this. There's a lot of talk about Dak Prescott in the MVP conversation. Do you guys talk about that at the Star at all? I know Dak doesn't. He's worried about the Philadelphia Eagles, but what about everybody else?
We don't either. I know that's what he expects, what Coach McCarthy expects, what Jerry and I expect. At the end of the day, we're worried about the team, TEAM, and certainly great things happen to your players on your football team. Everything comes your way when you go out and win football games, and that's what we're focused on. Go out, execute, and win football games.
And at the level that Dak has been playing right now, I'm curious, when do you start those contract negotiations with his agent?
We're worried about winning football games right now, 100% on the Eagles, and worried about this season.
Good deal. Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys, always appreciate the time. Good luck on Sunday.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Appreciate it. Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys not touching that contract with a 10-foot pole.
Did he spell team TAM?
Twice. Yeah, I think he spelled it right.
He did.
He spelled it right.
He just went fast over the E.
He spelled it right.
I'm just wondering.
He spelled it right.
If I heard it right.
At what point, though, do you start looking at Dak's contract?
I don't think. Look, I'm sure they're looking at it. I'm sure they've had some preliminary conversations, but if you're a Cowboy fan, if you're in the Cowboys organization, you have to believe with the way the Cowboys have been playing lately that this could very well be the best opportunity you've had to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, let's just be frank about it. And so I think all of that has to take a backseat. And I wouldn't be surprised if Dak has said, I don't want to be any part of that right now. If you want to talk to my agent, that's fine, but I don't want to hear about it right now. We have a chance to do something special, and all that will take care of itself later.
You look at you look at this Cowboys team, and you kind of go back as you get ready for the game coming up Sunday night against Philadelphia. And Philadelphia coming off of that embarrassing loss to the San Francisco 49ers. Well, I mean, the Cowboys were embarrassed by that same San Francisco team. But for Dallas, you look at this game and you say, okay, when they were in Philadelphia a couple weeks ago, Dallas played well, but they came up short, and some of that's on Dak. There were some weird things that happened in that game. Schoonmaker tackled on the half-inch line, Dak stepping out of bounds. I mean, there was some weird stuff, but if you're Dallas, you walked away feeling like you let one get away. You can't do that this week, but if you're Philly after getting your butts kicked last week, you're coming in even more mad. You're still trying to battle not only for the NFC East title, but for that number 1 overall seed.
Well, you have to believe, and if you're the Cowboys, you got to know that the Eagles had. I mean, they were. That's not a better word for it than embarrassed. But the Cowboys know how they feel because San Francisco embarrassed them as well. But they're going to come in wanting to make up for that. There's no question about it. And throwing out, conspiracy theories and superstitions and all of that stuff. Steven mentioned it, the home winning streak. Winning streaks come to an end eventually.
Well, the record for the Cowboys is 18. They're at 14 right now. And honestly, the way Dak has been playing, you expect the Cowboys offense to go out there and continue to do what they're going to do. Although you get Nick Bosa saying, look, man, we have provided the blueprint on how to beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, you see it on tape, though. And then obviously we put the blueprint out there. Hopefully Cowboys watch the tape We made Jalen stay in the pocket and escape outside instead of those B gaps, and paid off. Because Jalen's looking at the rush every play. So yeah, you just have to be disciplined and not give him that quick escape route where he could get to as quick.
Yeah, and so San Francisco has put the blueprint out on what you could do to Dallas, but also what you could do to Philadelphia. And you wonder, after that piss-poor performance against Seattle, how much Dan Quinn was watching what San Francisco did and what adjustments they are going to make for this game Sunday night against the Eagles.
It's going to be interesting to see, because going into this game, that Cowboys defense was exposed a little bit by the Seattle Seahawks. And Philadelphia's got to be looking at that tape and seeing what Seattle was able to do. There are a couple of things, I think, and A.J. Brown's got to get more involved. I think if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, you want to see A.J. Brown really be a featured part of that offense, because I think with the Cowboys secondary, he can be successful. On the other hand, Dak's just got to keep doing what he's doing, scoring points, keep scoring points. The other thing, Jason, is the Eagles have a really good offensive line. And I'm going to say this again, because it was apparent in that Seattle game. That front line of the Seahawks beat up that Cowboys defensive line, and because they are a little bit undersized. And I think that may be something that you got to watch as we move forward and head to the playoffs.
One of the interesting things when you look at what we saw from Philadelphia last week against San Francisco and what we should expect to see from Philadelphia this week. I was watching on the airplane today on the ESPN. Apparently, there are some knucklehead Eagle fans standing outside their facility holding a sign saying basically run the damn ball, because Philadelphia's kind of gotten a little bit away from the run game. If you're going to beat the Dallas Cowboys, you run right at them, because that's the weak part of the Dallas Cowboys defense. Although after last week, you might look at the secondary and say, are you sure about that? But in reality, you look at the course of the season, secondary has been solid, but stopping the run is the biggest issue. I do expect Philadelphia to have more of an emphasis on running the ball this week, and it has nothing to do with the fans standing outside with that sign as the head coach drove into work.
So what are you saying about Eagles fans? The knuckleheads?
I didn't say that.
Oh,
I mean,
one.
Dude, you're outside the stadium by yourself. It's like you're picketing alone. Yeah, they need to run the ball, but I think if you're the Cowboys, if you're a fan that pays attention, even if you don't normally run the ball, you're going to try to run the ball against Dallas.
Well, yeah, I just wonder if Philadelphia, because watching that game the other day against San Francisco and seeing how they just moved the football up and down the field on those first two drives, but got stuffed. And I don't know what happened, if it was San Francisco that made an adjustment or if it was Philadelphia just frustrated, but it all turned after that. Philadelphia can move the football against anybody. I don't think there's any question. So, look, this game is going to be good. You talk about everything that's happened in the past. It doesn't matter when it comes to these two teams. That's why everybody's so interested in it. Everybody's calling it the game of the season, and it's going to be a lot of fun. More important for the Dallas Cowboys to win this thing, I believe, than it is for Philadelphia.
I agree.
So we'll see what happens. But Dallas has got to step up and keep doing what they're doing. But I think you're right to have some concern about that defense. I really do. The secondary and that defensive line.
And not a good showing for Dan Quinn and his group the other day against the Seahawks. And granted, Seattle kind of came into that game playing as if it were a playoff game because they are dropping so far back. What do you guys think? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. I looked up the box score from last week's game. Jalen Hurts was the leading rusher against San Francisco, 7 carries for 20 yards. Swift had 6 carries for 13. As a team, they had 18 carries for 46 yards. I don't expect that kind of performance against the Cowboys because, again, you can run on that Cowboys defense. Remember in that first quarter, Philadelphia dominated.
Yeah.
They dominated, but they settled for a couple of field goals. San Francisco had -6 yards. So it's not like the Eagles had to abandon their game plan and go 100% passing because they got behind early and they were playing catch up. They weren't really in that catch up mode until in the second half. And I'm looking at this box score and I'm feeling like I'm looking at a Tony Pollard box score with running the ball because, the Cowboys seem to lose track of handing it off at the same time.
Well, look, how did they have 18 carries?
Yeah,
last week
for Jalen Hurts.
I got to figure you're going to see at least 30 this time around, and I think Swift will get involved. Even the Seahawks ran the football well against Dallas last week. So yeah, Philly's got to run the ball. Plus, that does a couple of things. And look, you can't tell Jalen Hurts not to run because he's going to. It's just his instinct. It's what he does. But that knee is still a little bit suspect. And he is a little bit dinged up, although he's not on the injury report. So I think establishing a running game against the Cowboys is going to help Philadelphia more than anything else they can do.
When you look at the overall mindset of this Dallas Cowboys team and the way the offense is playing, and honestly, I saw a quote from Dak Prescott rolling around today that they had a really good day of practice. Maybe our best of the year. We hear that kind of comment from
week.
Every team.
Yeah.
Rarely do you say, yeah, practice sucked today, man. We're screwed, right? You always hear that. But Dak is in such control of what they're doing offensively, and he and Mike McCarthy, after a clunky start, certainly seem to be on the same page. And he doesn't get near enough credit because he's an offensive coordinator that doesn't call plays, but obviously Schottenheimer is had a positive impact in that room with what they're doing. So I don't expect this appendix surgery for Mike McCarthy to be a big distraction or derailment for the Cowboys' preparation work. And quite frankly, the way this offense is playing, just keep doing what you're doing. Certain calls, certain plays, situational here, there, all right, maybe. But for the most part, I don't think the Cowboys' offense is going to miss a beat. But after that Seattle game, I'm worried about the defense, and it's the first time all year I've been worried about the defense.
So, yeah, do you revert back to the Cowboys of years not too many years ago back where you got to outscore everybody. Again, the offense is playing really well. Dak is playing really good football right now. He is in sync and he's doing it right. But if there is a concern, it's on that defensive side of the football. It is because Seattle exposed them in a couple of different areas.
But if you want, some Advil for that concern, if you will, Dak Prescott put that team on his shoulders and carried them to a win. And it's been a while in a big game that you've seen that happen. There are a lot of games that we've watched. Dak Prescott was the reason they had a chance to win, and a late interception is the reason they didn't win. It's true. And so I think because you knew the defense was awful, he put that team on his back and he carried them. I don't know if, it's week-to-week reaction. They were exposed. The question is why and can they fix it? What was Seattle doing? Because we haven't seen the defense look that porous all year. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Wesley, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. I just have like 3 quick points. Enjoying the show.
Well, hold on, Wesley, man. Is that cop pulling you over?
You need to go?
Because if you're going to get a ticket, we got to do that live on the air. You know that, man.
Oh. Hey. No, it's a fire truck, so I'm good.
Okay,
it's a fire truck.
Good.
All right, get out of the way. Pull over to the side.
Yeah, no, hey, I wanted to point out a couple of things. First and foremost, not to make excuses, but this was the Cowboys' 4th game in 12 days. So that is a bit of a concern.
That's an excuse.
Okay, it is, but it is a valid one. Number 2, there's the Seahawks are just one of those teams that's had the Cowboys number. What did they lose? 5 in a row to them in the past years? And DK Metcalf has been one of those guys, kind of like Randy Moss, that's always torched this team. Look, this was the Seahawks Super Bowl, and this was the Cowboys coming in on little to no rest and having all these games piled up. I think it's kind of a combination of things.
So you're not concerned at all about this Eagles game. Is that what you're telling us?
I'll tell you this. They had the Eagles minus goal line play where the butt was across the end zone but not the ball, and a step out of bounds from winning a field goal in that game. Did they win? No, they did not.
You're
well enough to win.
You're right. I mean, they did play well enough to win, and they were a left cheek away from doing so, I suppose, if you want to grade it that way. I just don't buy the 3 games in 12 days excuse. The Cowboys are on that schedule seemingly every year, and I don't know if you paid attention, but, after you watched the Cowboys win on Thanksgiving, the very next game was San Francisco beating the crap out of Seattle, and those Seattle guys had to get on an airplane and then come to Dallas. So both teams were on the same kind of schedule. One looked fresh, one didn't. I'm not that. You can't use that.
I'm not going to use that. And I, and I get all this, and you want to be positive if you're a Cowboys fan, and I understand that. Well, we what's his name? Schoonmaker should have gotten in there. And
Jake Ferguson would have scored, huh?
Of course he would.
Yeah.
Kidding me? Of course he would have, because he has sense enough to know he's got to get in the end zone. But don't give me that. Oh, well, we almost won. There are no points for second place in a football. You lost. I don't care how it happened. Doesn't make any difference. You lost. So you come in this week and you win the football game. Leave no doubt, as Clarence Hill Jr. would say.
You know what I find interesting? Stephen Jones did not want to talk at all about a contract for Dak Prescott.
No, he didn't. I don't blame him. That kind of stuff just gets in the way right now.
Well, that's what we're here for.
Well, I'm just saying it gets in the way, and he doesn't want to talk about it.
If I'm Stephen and I was trying to help the man out, he might want to call his agent and get it done today. Because if he goes and wins a Super Bowl, it's going to cost even more. If he puts an MVP on his resume, it's going to cost more. And I see some of the comments on YouTube. If he has a clunker again in the first round and loses, do you cut him? No. He's a $60 million cap hit next year. He's getting a new deal regardless of what he does in January.
Well, see, here's Stephen Jones. He's been around the Dallas Cowboys a long time, and he is betting that they will remember they're the Dallas Cowboys and not get to the Super Bowl.
Get that
won't have
Super
to
Bowl
worry
and be
about it.
thrilled to write the biggest check ever to an NFL quarterback, and it's going to be Dak Prescott, and it's going to make some of your heads explode like Joe Reinagel.
You might want to worry about the Philadelphia Eagles this week before you start making Super Bowl plans.
Why do you got to be a wet blanket?
Because it's absolutely true. Cowboys can't win a Super Bowl if they have to go on the road. You better win that division. Then they got a legit shot. Otherwise, forget about it.
Okay.
You heard it here. Save the tape, Pledge.
I just love the definitive tone in your voice there that the Cowboys can't do that. Yet when you're talking about a third-string quarterback from Florida State, it's why we don't know. You got to let him go play and see if he can do it.
Well, I've seen the Cowboys, and they can't win on the road.
I've seen the two quarterbacks play, and they can't.
First of all, it's a moot point because the second stringer would be back.
I saw him play, too, and he wasn't very good.
The rest of that team is
exactly. I just love how it's so definitive that the Cowboys can't win on the road, but we should see if Florida State can.
Well, we'll see, and they could prove me wrong. I mean, it's very easy to do that. Prove me wrong. I don't think they can win on the road. I think if they get home field advantage.
Now it's I don't think, which is okay, but it was very definitive a moment ago.
Let me change my mind. The Cowboys cannot win in San Francisco. How about that?
Well, they have in their last couple times.
I think it's the last
But
3.
didn't you just say earlier streaks come to an end?
They do.
I'm just saying.
They do.
Just saying.
They can't win in San Francisco.
Who's going to win this weekend? They better win
the division.
We're going to do our prime picks today instead of tomorrow because tomorrow we got a ton of guests that are going to be joining us here in Boston at the Army-Navy Radio Row presented by USAA. Prime picks coming up next. Then the General, John McClain, will join us at 5:15. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, the best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you really understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, keep the number handy because it's Christmas holiday party season, family get-togethers. License number 149. AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
It's Thursday Night Football tonight on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Steelers and Patriots, an AFC battle tonight at 6:30 p.m. Presented by Fly by Yingling and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
You've heard the buzz about IT jobs in cybersecurity and AI, right? Why not prepare for a career in these fields and take advantage of the high demand? You could enjoy a more rewarding and recession-resistant lifestyle. Train in just a few short months at My Computer Career. No experience necessary. Already in IT? Skill up for positions employers need to fill. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. That's mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
This is Chris Canepa with Connecticut and San Antonio in the Hill Country. Listen to this message I received.
First message.
Hi, Chris. This is Santa Claus. Hey, I'm calling to give you a heads up. Last Christmas, so many people asked me for a Connecticut water softener, but getting all those Connecticut units in and out of the sleigh, up and down the chimneys, well, it's not so good on my back. So I'm going to forward all those Connecticut wish lists directly to you. Here's Mrs. Claus.
Yes, Chris, thanks again for installing our Connecticut. I just love how soft my man's beard is, and my skin feels silky smooth, even here at the North Pole.
So if it's okay with you, I'll handle the toys, you handle the water softeners. Thanks, Chris. By the way, the elves just love your jingle.
Call 656 Pure Connecticut.
From all of us at Connecticut, Merry Christmas.
Oh, and Chris, I'm not a fan of the gluten-free cookies. Bye-bye.
Connecticut.
It can happen in an instant. A car accident can change your life forever. From serious injuries to mounting medical bills to battling insurance companies, accidents make life harder than it should be. If you've been in an accident, George Salinas Injury Lawyers are here for you. They're local, experienced, and ready to fight for results that make a difference. If you've been injured, don't call just any lawyer. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets justice.
The holiday season is right around the corner, so give the gift that's hard to wrap, but easy to give. Give them a Stihl. With powerful trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws to place under the tree, the Stihl Holiday Gift Guide has something for everyone. Save $30 on the BG56 CE handheld blower. Visit your local Stihl dealer or go to stihlusa.com/gift guide. Real Stihl. Find yours. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
You've heard the buzz about IT jobs in cybersecurity and AI, right? Why not prepare for a career in these fields and take advantage of the high demand? You could enjoy a more rewarding and recession-resistant lifestyle. Train in just a few short months at My Computer Career. No experience necessary. Already in IT? Skill up for positions employers need to fill. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. That's mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for Monday Night Football. KTFM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, looks like the PGA Tour's lost another one. Masters champion John Rahm has agreed to leave the PGA and head to the LIV Golf Tour. Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy, well, his surgery was successful, removing his appendix yesterday. Cowboys tell us he wants to get back to that normal routine as soon as possible. And the Spurs streak continues to grow. 15 in a row. They'll take on the Bulls in San Antonio tomorrow.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.
He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix in Boston.
Howdy.
Can you say howdy in Beantown?
Howdy.
Howdy.
Howdy. Howdy in Beantown.
I still like Jimbo's howdy better than Mike Elko's howdy.
Hold on. Rob, grab some headphones. It's been a rotating R&R in the morning, Phil. I mean, like,
did Rudy stop by in my nap time?
Rudy,
I missed the party.
They argued for a while, and you just used a term, and I need to think that it is, because howdy in Beantown would be perfect for whatever you described earlier for what you were watching on Netflix.
You mean my video sleeping pill?
A video sleeping pill. Doesn't howdy in Beantown sound like it's something be great to fall asleep to?
What do you mean?
I'm not sure what you
Howdy
mean.
in Beantown sounds like a damn good country song.
It does.
Howdy in Beantown, baby.
I don't think it would have anything to do with Boston at that point.
Howdy, may I say, is appropriate anywhere, good sir.
Now, I'm just curious. Don't you like Jimbo's howdy better than Mike?
Well, I would just say that Elko's, it's unnatural. It's
right.
Hold on. You thought Jimbo's was natural?
Well, at least Jimbo's from West Virginia, so there was a little bit of there has to be you have to pull one cheek to the side to get it right, and nobody pulled one cheek to the side better than Jimbo.
I'm not exactly sure what we're talking about,
but did my
but for $75 million,
keep in mind he got paid $26 grand today, so shut up.
Yes.
I mean, $75 million. What do you want him to do?
Pull a cheek to the side.
All right, no, that's what he did to A&M.
Yeah, I think the boosters did that very well.
It is what it is when we see. No, what was your question again?
Howdy.
No, Elko's howdy is it's an unfortunate Long Island version of howdy that has been it's a worthy effort that will improve over time. Just like the team, a little bit of practice, a little bit of effort, a little bit of focus, and we too can. I don't know, man. What are you trying to do? I heard today, I've been trying to defend all day the hire of this new OC, because I do think he's a whiz kid. He reminds me of a different kind of Kingsbury coming up. He really does. At 34, the guy his offenses, while not, through the air, are very effective. And I was proud of the fact that they went and got him. And then I find out they were trying to lure the LSU OC. We're going to make him the highest paid guy and got turned down. I'm like, here we go again. Damn it. Why? Who's going to pay these guys?
Well,
you are.
Yeah, I mean, keep writing checks.
Damn.
Keep writing checks.
But come on. They're going to make him the high. That alone is enough to go, stop touching the stove.
And the guy didn't want to come here for that. Why? Why not?
Because he has some good sense.
Spoken.
I mean, karma, man. You don't want to be the highest paid anything showing up at A&M, because as Jimbo stepped away from the coaching side, think about all the money that's walking out the door as the portal trade moves.
Yeah.
I mean, we've lost it. It was expected. But what we did was jump on a hand grenade. Just blam, we're all out.
You guys survived because the guy that's going to win the Heisman on Saturday was that talented at Arizona State under Herm Edwards. And so that guy missed out on the opportunity to cash in, strike while the iron is hot, if you will, because he's going to take credit for raising a Heisman. And Daniels did you remember a couple years ago when Erica first went to Arizona State and we had Herm on, and he raved about this kid before he'd ever taken a snap? And he's been that guy for a long time there in Tempe. Now, a lot of things Herm was doing there.
The Aggies played this year. I mean, of all the weapons we took, that one was one of the better ones. Because really he was the best guy on the field all day long. I just don't think he's going to win it.
No, who do you think?
I think Kelly. I think there's a dislike for him that will kind of shade the vote. And also when LSU was on national TV, he wasn't at his best.
True, but I don't know that Penix or Bo Nix had championship game worthy of sealing the high. They didn't have the Heisman
a split
moment.
Vote gives it to Jaden. But if I was giving it, I would give it to Penix.
Hell, I'd give it to Marvin Harrison Jr.
Well, you're not allowed to do that. You can't. The voters tell us.
It's quarterback award.
Yeah.
Since you're here, it's special to have Rob Thompson back on the Blitz. I mean,
first of all, is it always this dark at 5?
I have no idea. We have no windows in our studio, but we are in Boston, and it's stupid dark here. Because tomorrow we've got so much going on. We're going to do our prime picks here. And James Pledger doesn't know this, but you're picking for James today because he's got a 10-game lead on me and Joe, and we need to catch up.
I am known as the great equalizer. Let's do this.
Yes, you are.
Pledge, this is where you play the intro.
Do we have there it is.
On the Blitz.
Pledge is mad that he's been benched. We're going with
James.
I
got your back.
We're going with the third-string Florida State quarterback.
We'll never know. I choose not to run. Let's see what we got.
All right, only one college game this weekend, and that's why we're in Boston. Army-Navy. Go Navy.
I got Army. Army's going to win this game.
Who won overtime last year? First time we've ever seen that.
Army.
I'm all for Air Force.
They're not playing.
No, but they could be the recipient and current holder of the Commander's Trophy with a specific win. I don't know which one it is. I'm going to go Navy just because.
All right, you're going Navy. Pledge, are you making the adjustments or am I?
There are no adjustments. My picks are already set.
Well, they're not. Pledge, you understand the rules.
Wow.
You understand the rules.
Nope.
I'm feeling a lot like Jordan Love right now.
Yes. Yeah, I'm pulling rank. Rob's picking for you. Quit changing it, Pledge.
No, did he have Army?
Yeah, he did. And I've changed it 3 times on the sheet. If you guys could only see us going.
I'm sorry. I meant the Army.
Yeah. No, it's Navy.
Although the Navy unis this year are killer.
Yeah.
We say.
Pledge, quit changing it back.
No. These are my picks, not Rob.
Dude, you've been benched.
What's next?
New England and Pittsburgh.
That's in Pittsburgh, right? Boy, it's a tough one because I think New England's going to cover the spread, but I don't know that they'll win.
Will they hit the over of 29.5?
Yes.
You think they're going to hit the over?
Mitch Trubisky and Bailey Zappi are going to go nuts.
We talked about it this morning.
This is LSU Alabama 9-3.
You cannot bet the under with any kind of good conscience.
You can't.
You cannot walk by a 29.5-point line in the NFL and go, yeah, it's possible.
I had a bartender today tell us that she was from Bitchburg.
Yeah.
Although it turned out, because of her Boston accent, that B started with an F. But I heard Bitchburg.
I'm glad she found that funny.
Yeah, we're going with Bitchburg. I'm going with Pittsburgh.
No, I got Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the formerly known as Heinz Field's worst 3.5. Yeah, I got it.
All right. Rams, Ravens.
Woo.
Best team in the NFC, Ravens. Come on now.
In the NFC?
Yeah. I mean, AFC and the NFC. What time is it?
It's bedtime.
Hey, hurry up. My wife's about to leave.
99.
We got a segment to fill. It's the Ravens. They are the best team in the AFC.
You've got a segment to fill?
I'm taking.
What? No, I'm just saying.
Trying to get a road win before dinner?
My wife is landing here soon, and if I'm not at the door.
I hear you. All right. We're all taking the Ravens?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Vikings, Raiders.
Is Pledge trying to change it to the Rams?
No.
Vikings?
Or Raiders.
Oh, who cares?
We literally have to make
the
a pick. You're taking the Raiders.
Yeah.
All right.
Vikes.
All right.
How many interceptions can Josh Richardson throw in a day?
87. Carolina against New Orleans. And I got to tell you, I heard like 2.5 hours of Carolina Panthers sports talk today.
In the weeds, fan.
Do not take the Panthers. They have trouble at left guard.
and right guard and up the middle and everywhere else.
I heard a whole segment about their issues at left guard.
That's some in-depth coverage. I had no idea they were having such problems. No, there's no way.
Pulling one cheek to the side.
I'm not.
Can you imagine having to talk Carolina Panthers football all day?
Well, at least they have an owner they hate.
Or Charlotte Hornets basketball.
No way.
One.
So we're all taking New Orleans.
Yeah, the Panthers ain't going to win.
All right. Denver against the Chargers.
Hey, this one's going to be fun, actually.
Yeah, I think it could be a good game.
I'll tell you what. There are lives and careers on the line there in L.A.
Woo.
I'm going to take the Chargers because Kellen has to get one.
Man, oh, man. My hate for Sean Payton prohibits me from taking the Denver Broncos. I've got to go with the Chargers.
All right. I'm taking the Broncos. Kansas City against Buffalo.
Woo.
I mean, outside of Cowboys, Eagles.
I do too. There's
oh wow,
Kansas City, we got a problem, baby. Yeah, I like the way Buffalo's playing. We're seeing an offense like we thought we would see at the end of last season.
Well, Josh Allen, they're questioning whether or not he's a good quarterback. If he doesn't turn it over,
hey, we'll take.
But I know his receivers can catch.
I like it a lot. I think Buffalo's going to be one of the hottest.
That's fantastic. Then y'all just changed my mind. Give me Patrick Mahomes.
Oh yeah,
and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Exactly. Pledge, make your change. Pledge to Kansas City for the record.
Well, that one's a wise one.
San Francisco against Seattle.
Man,
Fran.
Yeah, what's Seattle playing for now? They're like a 30% chance in the playoffs.
San Francisco kicked their butts in Seattle. They got to come to San Francisco.
It ain't going to happen anytime soon.
Houston against the New York Jets.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Who's a quarterback? Does he really want to play?
Yeah, the MILF Hunter's there.
Have we decided that? Hey, man, I'm not going to ever pick against the Texans again. There you go, James. You don't have to change that one.
That game's in New York, though, by the way.
Yeah, the game is in New York.
Pledge pick the Jets?
No.
Oh. It's hard to say, man. Are you kidding me? I was going to check his fandom. You know what? I'm going with the MILF Hunter. Give me the Jets. I got to catch up.
The Joe Jinx on the Cougar Hunter.
And never follow a bad bet, baby. Never chase it.
Here we go. He's getting a fifth chance.
Cowboys, Eagles.
Woo!
Sunday night football.
You know, what's it, 14 straight home?
Yes.
Make it 15. They win this. I think Philadelphia's running on fumes right now.
I have to agree. I'm going with Dallas there as well.
It's a tired football team.
I know this might surprise you, but Cowboys. Prime picks on the Blitz. You did good picking for James.
Yeah, good job.
You only out of the 10 games, you only picked 7 opposite of what.
Did I really do 7 opposite?
No, it's 3.
That'd be about right.
The General John McClain will join us next. We'll get more in depth on the Cougar Hunter, on the Jets, on the Texans. Coming up next. Don't make noises like that, knowing what you just said, Rob. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Was that him? Can you do the donkey?
Oh, no, I
can't. Yeah. Rob is taking off his headphones, even though he still has a segment to go fill.
Go fill your segment there, Rob.
John McClain joins us on the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, let me tell you about Parkhurst New Vision. Parkhurst New Vision, the best in the business. I know this from experience because, well, they took care of me. Had adjustable lens replacement surgery, and it has just been fantastic. I see better now than I've seen in 30 years. It is fantastic. They're great. They know what they're doing. They explain the whole thing to you, and we're so happy with what they're doing. My wife, Maggie, is going to get her eyes done. I want her to be able to see how I see, and she can't wait, and I can't wait for her. I think it's going to be fantastic. Parkhurst New Vision. This place is incredible. 210-585-2020. You can check them out online at sanantoniolasik.com. Go in there, make an appointment for a consultation. They will answer every question that you have. Give them a shot. And when you go in there, tell them your old buddy Joe sent you. Will you do that for me? Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020 or online at sanantoniolasik.com.
It's R&R in the morning.
Friday on R&R in the morning. If he's recovered from his surgery, we'll be joined by head coach Mike McCarthy. That is always scheduled time at 6:45. Then Mr. Bloggett, the boys himself, RJ Ochoa, joins us at 7:30.
Army-Navy coverage continues. Top to bottom look at Boston and all the things to do. Yes, we're talking Spurs. 16 losses in a row. You can do it, guys. The party starts at 6.
It's your wake-up call. R&R in the morning, 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're hit by a car, truck, or commercial vehicle, you need help with vehicle repairs, car rental, medical care, Davis Law Firm can help get your life back on track. For over 25 years, we have secured important verdicts and settlements for our clients, some in the millions of dollars. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car or truck wreck or hit by a commercial vehicle, call the Fours right now. Call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
Hey, sports fans, if you're not calling John Anthony, you're simply missing out. To prove it, I'm releasing your Thursday night report absolutely free on the recorded message line. Call 1-800-244-5506. I love tonight's matchup. New England-Pittsburgh is a monster, side and total. New England's potent running game, the cornerstone of their success this season, will face a stern test against Pittsburgh's tenacious defense, a unit that has consistently stifled opponents and forced turnovers. New England, Pittsburgh, plus hoops action. That's 5 big plays. John Anthony has you covered. Recorded message, 1-800-244-5506. Information wins. John Anthony Sports, #1 against the spread, 1-800-244-5506. You want the information? I've got it. I love to go 5-0 this season free. New England, Pittsburgh, plus hoops action. Call 1-800-244-5506 or go to johnanthonysports.com.
Sponsored by JFSR Group.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax.
Touchdown!
A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax. 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Are lab-grown diamonds ecologically friendly? They were developed in laboratories, but most of the millions of lab-grown diamonds in jewelry stores were manufactured in huge factories in China and India. Tens of thousands of massive furnaces are heated to about 20% of the temperature of the surface of the sun, put under immense pressure, and held there for 2 to 3 weeks to produce a lab-grown diamond. These furnaces use a tremendous amount of subsidized electricity produced in China and India by mostly coal-powered plants. This subsidized coal-powered electricity is used to produce inexpensive, easily identifiable lab-grown diamonds, whose wholesale price has crashed to almost nothing. Some jewelers still try to sell them for thousands of dollars, while others give them away for free with a purchase. America's Diamond only offers traditional, real, natural, earth-grown diamonds that are rare, extremely beautiful, and have had real value for centuries. See our television program tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or right now at americasdiamond.com.
Friday on R&R in the morning, the Spurs chase greatness. 16 is in front of them. Can they get it? RJ Ochoa will join us as we blog the boys with him. And who knows, we might actually talk to a head coach without an appendix. Mike McCarthy, he's scheduled. We expect to see him. Now back to the Blitz, sitting comfortably in the hotel in Boston. Hey, man, go get the eggs. They're outstanding.
I don't think we're getting eggs.
No eggs.
No. See, Rob was here for breakfast. I had at lunch some chowder and a lobster roll.
I had some chowder. Didn't have a lobster roll, though.
No, you went chicken sandwich.
I did.
You're afraid of the lobster roll.
I'm not a big lobster fan.
Yeah.
I'm,
But you're in Boston. Why?
I mean, I'll try it.
It's not like you had to pay for it. You could have at least tried it.
I'll take a bite of it.
No, you won't.
No, I will. I'll take a bite.
Yeah.
But it's like after a while.
Uh-huh. And you heard Rob say that Mike McCarthy tomorrow morning on R&R in the morning, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds, literally 10 minutes ago. Coach won't be making that call tomorrow. Don't know if he's coming in the office, but they're still working on game plans. His focus needs to be there. Today, they were doing some Zoom stuff. When we talked to Stephen Jones earlier, he kind of indicated he wasn't sure if Mike would be back in the office tomorrow
that's a quick
or
turnaround.
until Saturday after having that surgery. Texans with the big game this week as they take on the New York Jets. Let's talk about it with John McClain joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. John, we're in Boston for the Army-Navy game. I'm curious, with all your trips to watch the Patriots play, how many lobster rolls have you had in your life? Do you know?
First time I started going up there, late 70s, and I don't remember going when I did not have a lobster roll. You get them hot, you get them cold, and every time I left at the airport, my favorite place is Legal Seafood.
Yes, sir.
They're all over the place. Their lobster rolls are fabulous, and they have illegal in the airport. So before I left on every flight, no matter if it was early in the morning or when, I went to Legal. It was open all day, and the last thing I ate leaving Logan International Airport was another lobster roll. I don't eat them down here much because they're so damn expensive.
Well, it's not like they're cheap up here, but when you're in Boston, you've got to do that. I was here in May, first time in Boston, and we went to Legal because it was by the hotel, and I thought it was like this local spot. And then you realize it's kind of like Papados. They're all over the place. The lobster mac and cheese at Legal is incredible. But I, for the first time today, had a cold lobster roll. And it was good, surprisingly. When it first came out cold, I was like disappointed and scared. But it was actually really good. I've never had it served cold like that.
Yeah, there's two different kinds. There's New England and there's Connecticut. And the Patriots have them in their press box along with chowder.
Oh,
hopefully y'all will have that. Well, you're going to get a lot of chowder at halftime of the game and before the game, so be ready.
Well, I like that. I'm a little scared of the lobster roll, John. I'll be honest with you.
Why? What are you afraid it's going to bite you?
Well, I'm not much of a lobster guy, but I guess I got to try it. Everybody's raving
you
about
put lobster in warm butter. You put it in drawn butter, and it'll be the best thing you've ever eaten. By the way,
certainly
where
to
are
be
you?
the best lobster roll you've ever eaten.
And it might bite me. Who the hell knows? I don't know. John, let's talk
Are y'all
about
in downtown Boston? Are y'all downtown?
We are at we sit right now. The Army-Navy Radio Row is at the Westin Copley Place.
Okay, I've always stayed at the Marriott at Copley. Be ready for a long trip to the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
what I hear.
Hour and a half is what they're telling us.
I don't think it will be on it. When you got to go to a Monday night game or a Thursday night game, you're fighting all that traffic coming out of Boston. It is long, but I can't imagine on Saturday it'll be that long if indeed you guys get do they have buses for you?
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, we get buses, but
I
don't think they spring for the police escort. So I mean, it's just a regular bus.
It shouldn't matter on Saturday morning. Just remember, whatever it is on Saturday morning, think about what it is when it's a primetime game. How bad it would be. Anyway, Texans are playing the Jets. Jets have lost 5 in a row. They've scored 2 offensive touchdowns during that 5-game losing streak. They averaged 14.3 points. Texans were favored 6.5, and so many people are betting on the Jets. It's down to 3.5 because I don't know if they could force a turnover, interception by Zach Wilson on the first series. Fans are going to turn on him. This game, to me, I don't have a good feel about it. The temperature's not going to be bad. It's going to be in the low 60s, 70% chance of rain, a lot of wind, and the Texans can't run. Last week, they went up against the worst run defense. Broncos couldn't do squat rushing. Now they're going up 28th worst run defense. I don't expect them to do squat, and their defense is really good, especially when it comes to opposing quarterbacks.
All right, John. Well, talking about the Jets, because that team has just been in disarray completely. And I get that Zach Wilson is not good. He's getting his 5th opportunity. But I think they've got a lot of other problems as well. This team is not – they're great. They just don't have a quarterback.
They don't. They're not running the way they did early. Breece Hall has become more of a receiver than a rusher. He's had, I think, 5 catches at least in the last 3 games instead of running the ball the way he did early in the season. They got big-time problems in their offensive line. DeMeco Ryans can sympathize with that because of the injuries he's had in his offensive line, but they've struggled to run. They've struggled to protect the quarterback. If the Texans don't turn it over like they did against the Broncos, they can win this game. Now, Texans have played 8 games in a row, settled by 7 or fewer points. All 8 of those games have not been settled till within the last 30 seconds, 3 with no time left.
John, what impressed me most about last week when out their biggest win of the schedule is the defense forcing turnovers in the second half against Russell Wilson, who's been pretty clean with turnovers this year, especially in the fourth quarter. It wasn't some miraculous drive from C.J. Stroud that won that game. The defense picked up the offense, and I thought that was a nice turning point for DeMeco Ryans and that Texans team.
Derek Stingley, in his 3 games back from his hamstring injury that landed him on injured reserve, has been fantastic. 4 interceptions, and they're great catches, acrobatic. He's been physical against the run. He hits people hard, but he did miss 9 games last year, 6 this year because of hamstring issues, and he almost hold your breath. Will Anderson Jr. had a stat line for a pass rusher that's been done twice since 1938, the last time by the only 2 that ever did what he did, J.J. Watt and Jalen Phillips from the Dolphins. And so he's coming off a great game. He's pulling close to Jalen Phillips for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Stroud's already sewed up offensive. And if Anderson can have the kind of game against Denver up there with all the media in New York and New Jersey, many of whom vote on the AP awards, that would be a huge feather in his helmet.
No doubt about it. Now, John, I got to ask you, because with what happened to Jacksonville last week, and Trevor Lawrence has been practicing, but we really don't know how he is. What is the feeling there in Houston about the Texans actually winning that division?
They better finish ahead of the Jaguars because they'll lose the tiebreaker. They split the series, but it's not conducive to the Texans winning the tiebreakers based on conference record. And thinking is now, Lawrence, if they bring him back in this game in Cleveland, they're going to be going against a defense that's going to be all over it. And if he gets his ankle injury aggravated, he could be out longer. So I'm guessing he's not playing in this game. They host Baltimore in the next game. They're 8-0 on the road. Going back to last season, they're 2-4 at home, just got beat by Cincinnati in overtime. So, of course, Texans need them to lose both of these next 2 games to Cleveland and Baltimore because their schedule after that is cupcake.
The great John McClain joining us here on the Blitz. We started the conversation talking about being in Boston for Army Navy. You've been covering the NFL forever. The ESPN Game Day guest picker on Saturday will be none other than Bill Belichick. One, are you surprised that Bill would be willing to do that? And 2, how do you expect he's going to be?
Well, he better end up being good, and I am shocked, but his dad coached at Navy forever, and even though Bill was born in Nashville, he spent most of his life in Annapolis, and he loves the military, has great respect. That is a real coup, and it's a hell of a lot better than Saturday when I never heard of the guy who was on there, and a couple of times wouldn't even take the game because he had no clue. It's like they grabbed him out of the audience when somebody didn't show up. So that's going to make game day worth watching, and I watch all of it every week. But boy, if he's behind some comedian, and there's a couple of comedians, I can't remember who the comedian is that's leading, but he can't fall behind a comedian.
Well, that's true. I was just, I mean, I know Coach Belichick's relationship with the Naval Academy and how much he supports it and the traditions of it. But I mean, and think about ESPN, how much money they're saving. They don't have to send a wheels up plane to go get them. I mean, just send a car. But I just can't believe that Bill Belichick would be willing to come sit on a TV set with Pat McAfee.
I can't either.
Well, I think that he'll be funny. Belichick's a great talker if he wants to be, and he doesn't want to be when he's in front of the media, but maybe he'll loosen up a little bit. I mean, why not? They take that rod out of his butt. He'll be fine.
All right. So Pittsburgh, New England tonight, Thursday night football. The over-under is 29.5.
That's the lowest I think there's been since the 30s. I'm going with the under. Take the under.
Take the under, says the great John McClain. Follow him on Twitter at McClain_on_NFL. Read his work at SportsRadio610.com down in Utopia podcast. John, always appreciate it, my friend. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you. I've got a column on SportsRadio610.com about D'Amico Ryans would not be coaching in this game if it wasn't for Jets coach Robert Saleh. Thank you, guys. Have a lot of fun. And, Joe, you got to eat the hot and cold lobster rolls.
I'm doing it, John, just for you.
We're going to hold you to that. we're going to hold you to that because you went from I'll try a bite to now you got to eat 2 whole lobster rolls.
Well, I
this
can't
weekend.
eat 2 whole lobster rolls.
Well, I mean, you can because you're going to take a bite and say, what the hell have I been missing?
And I think I would prefer a hot one.
I will admit that cold one was actually good.
I know, but if you had to do it over again, are you taking a cold one or a hot one?
Hot. I mean, yes, hot.
Okay, then.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
But I'm saying, though, is I was pleasantly surprised because I'm not a big lobster guy either, but there are certain places where you go and you know they're going to be good, and they are here.
All right.
They are fantastic. It's not like I'm just not going to normally order that. And at that Legal Seafood, the lobster macaroni and cheese that they bring is fantastic. It's literally served in the lobster shell. The presentation is Instagram worthy.
Well, why do you have to crack the shell?
No, dude, it's like an open boat. Don't overcomplicate and think about things.
Well, don't put it back in the crab or the lobster that just died from my mac and cheese. But that seems a little sick, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, you pick it out. That one right there.
That one right there. We're going to cut him in half, put the lobster and mac in there, and eat it out of its dead body.
Because you could do that with a lobster in, within half an hour. Could you imagine walking out on a farm and you find that cow and you go, I want that brisket right there, and you get it for dinner that day? It doesn't work that way. It does with lobsters.
Yeah, can you imagine cooking that brisket? Then you got to take the dead cow and eat your brisket out of that. I mean, come on.
Think about that bone-in ribeye, literally off the bone.
Jeez.
We're on to something. We're going to judge meat here in a bit and give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. When you need an electrician, you know Hill Electric is available to you 24/7 for both residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric at my house for a variety of projects through the years. They put extra outlets in the garage because, the builder never puts enough in there. Big spotlight over one of the grills outside, dimmer lights in the living room. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric have served San Antonio homes and businesses, and they have the right service at the right price. And best of all, there's never a service charge, and they always offer free estimates. So it costs you absolutely nothing to figure out what it will take to get a project done. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. 404-9074 or online hill-electric.com.
It's Thursday night football tonight on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Steelers and Patriots, an AFC battle tonight at 6:30 p.m. Presented by Fly by Yingling and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey folks, Steve Brent's here at beautiful Winans Creek Ranch in Bandera, inviting you to our holiday land sale event going on right now. It's the best time of the year to get an incredible deal on a gorgeous 10 to 15 acre luxury ranch home site here at Winans Creek. Take advantage of deep discounts and terrific bank and special below market seller financing. Plus, ask us about our closing cost bonus offers, saving you even more during our sale. Winans Creek features secluded private settings, spectacular 30-mile views, a gorgeous creekfront park, as well as paved roads, high-speed internet, electric, and more. Plus, Winans qualifies for low ag exempt taxes. The rush of the holidays will be here soon, but there's still time to get a great deal on your 10 to 15 acre luxury ranch home site you've always dreamed of. So come out and see me today at Winans Creek Ranch, and we'll help put together an incredible deal that will make your holidays bright. Give us a call at 866-952-6323 or go to WinansCreekRanch.com.
Denise has been playing jazz for 40 years. Last concert, one of the musicians fell sick with RSV. Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a highly contagious virus that can lead to breathing problems. This time, she's choosing to help protect herself with Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory tract disease caused by respiratory syncytial virus, RSV, in adults 60 years of age and older. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with weakened immune system responds to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, respiratory syncytial virus vaccine. For full prescribing information, please call 1-844-989-7284 or visit abrysvo.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Hey guys, Chris Brockman here. Prize Picks. It's the most fun I've had, winning up to 25 times my money this football season. And now I can play during basketball season too. I can take combo projections across both sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less their projection, and place your entry. You could turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and an enormous selection of players and stat options are what makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. And Prize Picks is the only DFS platform with an injury insurance policy, keeping you in the game if one of your players goes down. Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million football fans who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/primetime and use the code PRIMETIME. That's code PRIMETIME at prizepicks.com/primetime for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Happy holidays from your neighbors at El Guacamole Mexican Grill. Place your breakfast or lunch order today. Visit them at 250-20 Blanco or call 210-499-5364. Hot, fresh, made-to-order Mexican dishes. El Guacamole Mexican Grill.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Texas, the Powerball jackpot is over $400 million. Buy official Texas lottery tickets right from your phone at jackpot.com. Get a free ticket with your first play. Go to jackpot.com. Jackpot.com.
Paid for by jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to 5 Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Howdy.
In Boston, where you can't say howdy.
Yeah, I can say howdy. I love saying it here. I'm going to talk as Texan as I can while I'm here.
I mean, you can. Why not?
Why not? Because I'm all in chatter.
Yeah, we were talking earlier with Rob Thompson from R&R in the Morning, who's an Aggie. He says howdy all the time, right?
He does, yes.
He said howdy from Beantown. Doesn't that sound like a bad Lifetime movie? Doesn't it sound like something you'd fall asleep to?
Now, in all seriousness, yeah, it does. But, I mean, we got to get to the origin of Beantown, and I got to figure out what that is.
You've had 4 hours to Google
I know,
that.
but I forgot about it, and now...
Of course you did. But,
Yeah.
I mean, but you said Beantown, and that guy gave you a look like,
he did.
Get out of here. You know, that was a weird look. And then he wouldn't look at you again. Like you've offended the guy.
Well, maybe they don't like it here in Boston if you call it Beantown.
Well, but why? Is it bad?
I don't know.
Like, could you have offended the guy inadvertently?
I might have.
I mean, don't use like when you're watching an NBA game, they say Beantown.
Here we go.
Here we go. Dak Prescott, ladies and gentlemen.
Puritans who faithfully observe the Sabbath by not working or cooking on Sundays prepared giant crocks of baked beans on Saturday, which were kept warm in their hearth throughout the weekend. Soon enough, visitors started referring to Boston as Beantown.
All right.
There you go. You see, the things you learn on this show, it's incredible. We make people smarter with every segment.
Do you feel smarter knowing that?
I do.
Read that line again.
What line? It's a whole paragraph.
Well, I mean, they keep them warm in a what?
Puritans.
Yeah, well, I heard that part.
Who faithfully observe the Sabbath, which is Sunday, right? So they're not working or cooking on Sunday.
So they cook a bunch of food on Saturday.
Giant crocks of baked beans.
All right. So what's like put them in a crock, like the original crock pot?
Like a crock pot.
Yeah.
But back then, and the Puritans didn't have electricity, so they probably had a barrel over a fire pit.
But, I mean, you say the original crocks. I mean, we're not talking about something you keep on your feet.
Not, dude,
I'm
please.
just saying, it's the original crock pot.
You think the Puritans back in the 1600s
I think we have discovered
Crocs?
the origins of the crock pot.
Jeez.
Not Crocs, crock pot.
Could be.
You keep reading.
Well, so that's how, they made beans every Saturday.
But they kept them in what?
In crocks.
No, but there was another word you used I've never heard.
Oh, in their hearth.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
Throughout the weekend.
I mean, do you want to keep something in your hearth?
Do I have to Google that for you now, too?
So you don't know what a hearth is either.
I don't know what a hearth is.
I mean, because there are certain parts of the country, somebody says hearth, and they think that they're taking you somewhere, that you're not coming back.
It's a hearth.
Yeah.
Not hearse.
I mean, because if the beans are going to kill you, maybe you don't want to be from Beantown.
What is a fireplace hearth? You ready for this? Dude, look. For thousands of years, humans depended on fire in the fireplace hearth for their survival. Today, we can't imagine a world without smart TV. What the hell is this? It's story time with Uncle Joe.
Howdy.
Holy cow. What the
Howdy.
So
I think that was the stove back in the dark ages, a hearth.
Is it a name brand with did you go to the hearth store?
Or maybe it was
did
the
you go
Tupperware
online
brand.
or is that what it's called?
They had to keep their beans hot for dinner on Sunday.
Well, why couldn't they keep them in the crock pot?
Well, they did inside the hearth.
So it's a big warmer.
It's a team project.
So essentially it's a warmer. Like you go into a restaurant and they pull out food that's been there for 3 days and it's in the warmer.
Sure.
All right.
Something like that.
Solving the world's problem.
I'm telling you,
problem
Beantown.
we didn't know we had.
Now, the next time you say Beantown, you know what the hell you're talking about.
Baked beans.
Baked beans in a hearth.
Baked beans.
Yeah.
A little surprising. Baked beans are from here, not down south.
I'm not surprised.
Because it all started here?
It's a baked bean. Jeez.
I'll eat any nut under the sun.
We don't need to hear from Swampy in this bean conversation.
Jeez. You're welcome, San Antonio.
I don't think they care.
Yeah, they care. They do care.
I mean, they have bacon in the baked beans?
It didn't say that, but I kind of like bacon in my baked beans.
They put molasses in it. They baked it in molasses.
Now, what does that mean?
Now, where'd they get the molasses from? The tree? I mean, isn't that where syrup comes from? Is it molasses comes from a tree?
Well, I would guess it would be a good way to keep things kind of sticky.
That's one way.
This massive tea bag. Because you also had the Boston Tea Party was up here.
I noticed that, and I learned early in the show from one Jason Minix that they have a big building that they do that in.
This massive tea bag. Yes. There's a building next to the dock, and then on the other side of the dock is the water, and that's where the boat is.
I have a feeling that building probably wasn't there back in 17, whatever that was.
You go sit in that building, and they charge you a whole lot of money to go in there and watch a reenactment of what it was like. And then you get to go out on the boat for it was like $38, maybe more. I don't know.
$38 to throw some tea into the water.
Yeah.
Did you?
Well, but
did you feel like patriotic or what?
It's kind of cool, but you throw it out there, it's on a rope, and then the guy fishes it back, and then the next guy throws the same damn one.
Well, what good is that?
Well, I mean, it's an exercise.
If we're gonna have a revolution, let's have a revolution for $50. I mean,
well, they're not going to let you shoot somebody for $50.
Well,
but you can throw a fake thing of tea into the water for $50.
Boy, it's a great country, isn't it?
It really is.
You go to the bank for that. Hey, I got a great idea for a business. We're going to have a big giant tea bag, and we're going to let people throw it in the water.
It's bag of tea, sir. I think we discovered that earlier. Bag of tea. This massive tea bag. Because if you say tea bag, pledge is going to turn it into a drop. So it's going to be a bag of tea.
We finally get I think that's your first drop.
No, I've got a plenty. He's got pay.
Oh,
it's okay. 16 years of him pulling things that I've said.
Oh, giant tea bags in the harbor.
Yes, in the harbor.
In the harbor. Oh my God! I think we're delirious, Minix.
We're a little punch drunk.
And
I'm thirsty. We're like 12 minutes away from a beer in Boston.
Yes.
Not a Samuel Adams.
I'm not having a Samuel Adams.
But
where
you're
do I stick my meter?
So you, I think that's Pledge telling us we need to judge meat.
Yes, we do.
Grilling with the Blitz, presented by Tri-County Meat Market.
We tell you all the time, you're doing a lot of grilling, and you're taking pictures of that great meat on your grill. Take those pictures, upload them to the Grilling with the Blitz page at sasportstar.com, and every Thursday, it's Joe's favorite thing to do. He loves to judge your meat.
We do, and I do. Yes. Very good at it.
You're what?
I'm very good at it. Yes.
How does he like it, Pledge?
Always like my meat big.
Yeah, well, Nathan's got a big tray of Texas barbecue, and he wins himself a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. Dude says he had to cook for a whole bunch of people for a gender reveal party.
A gender reveal.
He did 2 briskets, 3 racks of spare ribs, some jalapeno sausage. He also did a dino rib, and it must have sucked because it didn't make the picture.
Maybe he didn't do too good on that. When did a gender reveal begin?
My buns.
Jeez.
What, you hate gender reveals now?
I don't necessarily hate them, but I'm just glad that wasn't a thing when I had kids.
Like all 5 of them?
Yeah.
Because all 5 were girls and you didn't want a big party for you to realize you weren't having a boy again?
Coming up with some kind of goofy way to throw up pink or blue.
Uh-huh. Yeah, some of them get kind of crazy.
They get nuts.
Oh, that's a great idea, Jim.
And thank goodness some of them end up on TikTok and we laugh our asses off.
Well, yeah, because sometimes that reveal comes out of the ass. Have you seen that one?
What?
Have you seen that?
No.
I got to show it to you. The girl's laying there and she farts and
what?
I got to warm up the pipes.
I'm not kidding.
What?
I'll show it to you.
Can you explain? We're on radio. You need to explain it a little bit more.
I just did. It was a gender reveal. Some girl.
So a lady. A female.
Sure.
Her planned reveal.
She's pregnant.
Well, obviously.
And she wants to reveal, boy or girl. And she chose to.
Was that?
And then it went.
Was that On purpose or an accident?
No, it was on purpose.
So she really had a whole bunch of people there on video and just wanted to fart to blow smoke?
I don't know if she had people there, but it was on video.
So she just wanted to be Instagram famous.
I guess so.
She's just looking for clicks.
Well, she got them. It was hilarious. And I thought genius, by the way.
Now, in all fairness, well, were you going to show this to me now?
I'm going to show it to you right now.
Mean,
if you're watching on YouTube,
I know this.
Can we show that on YouTube?
This is great radio.
I'm just going to show it to you.
I can't wait to see this. Now, granted, anybody farts, Joe's going to laugh. Joe has a fart fetish.
What? It is kind of funny. I mean, let's face it.
Or do you like the anchor there? That woman looks mad. Is this off the Jerry Springer show? Because I think she looks familiar.
I wish they'd get to it. Oh, they're just there. Look. See her?
All right.
Watch.
You left out. You left out some things. One, she is way too hot and thin to be pregnant and about to give birth. And two, she's naked. So that's what you're laughing at.
Well,
that's why you like the videos. You saw a naked lady.
She blows that blue smoke right out of her behind.
She does.
I got to warm up the pipes. So you guys don't find that funny?
Dude, that was hilarious. But that's not why you like that video.
Oh, that girl, she's not that hot. I just think that
I mean, there's only one part of her you're looking at, and that's pretty damn good.
Well, she just farted. Do you still think she's hot? I mean, my goodness.
You're the one intrigued by her and have her in your bookmarks.
I just thought that was clever.
Uh-huh.
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap.
I think our producer wants us to go.
Yeah, I am looking for the email pledge. As you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, as I'm scrolling through. When did you send that thing?
What's on tap?
There
Brought
it
to you
is.
by Sam's Burger Joint.
Online at samsburgerjoint.com. They got Bob Schneider playing out there tomorrow night. That's always a great show. Eclipse, a Journey tribute band, will be there on Saturday, and something called Street Lamp on Tuesday.
Hey, here's one good. Everybody knows Adam Sandler. We got a whole San Antonio Sports Star crew. This will be out there for that tonight at the Frost Bank Center. Charlene McCombs Empire Theater. Girls, get ready. Sean Cassidy. Remember Sean Cassidy?
Who?
You know Sean Cassidy. He was David Cassidy's brother.
David Cassidy,
He's
got a brother?
He was like that teen magazine heartthrob for a while. I only know this because I had daughters.
A lot of pink smoke.
Sean, it was blue, sir.
I think with your daughters, they were all...
Oh, that's nobody revealed it that way that I'm aware of.
On Friday night, Colby Cooper's out at Green Hall. Queens of the Stone Age at the Moody Center. That's a hell of a show. If you get a chance to go up there, go see them. They are fantastic. The Nutcrackers happening at the Majestic Theater.
Saturday.
Hold on. Are the Bee Gees still alive?
Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah, they still talk like this.
Are the Bee Gees really all of them alive?
Yes, I think so.
Well, I mean, either they're there or somebody playing the Bee Gees. They're at the McCombs Empire Theater. It's called Staying Alive, which makes me wonder, are they?
They're still trying. Frost Bank Center, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra on Saturday night. That's always a lot of fun. Gets you in the holiday spirit for sure. And the LOL Comedy Club on Saturday night. Sean Wayans is there. One of the Wayans brothers. You familiar with them?
Yeah. Monday night, Wheel of Fortune live at the HEB Performance Hall.
Nice. Well,
you ever go over there try to be on a game show?
What's it, Vanessa?
Vanna White.
Vanna White.
You don't know Vanna White, but you know Sean Cassidy?
Vanna White.
Dude, sometimes I question
daughters.
you, Joe Ryan.
I had daughters.
I mean, you're a dude. You know Vanna White.
Dude, they were all over.
I mean, honestly, you worked at Channel 5 for 30 years.
Did she get
25?
She's a little up there now.
I mean, literally. She was turning letters as your lead-in.
Yeah, she sure was.
You don't know Vanna White.
Dude, I know Vanna White. I was thinking Vanessa. I don't know why.
Vanessa who?
I have no idea. Maybe that was the girl in the video.
Maybe. You've watched that video way too many times.
Dude, I'm tired.
Pledge, are you doing a show today?
Unless y'all are doing the next 30 minutes.
Nope.
No.
It's all you, Pledge.
We're done. Thursday night football after extra innings with Pledge. The thrilling game, Patriots against the Steelers, brought to you by Flight by Yingling. If you're looking for a place to go watch that game, get into the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road, because at least the atmosphere at the Roo Pub will keep you awake. 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around. And you know the food at the Roo Pub is fantastic. They got the biggest and best wings in town, about 15 different burgers on the menu, including the Wemby burger. Great appetizers. Pledge tells me the salads there are wonderful. And the kitchen is open late till 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. The Roo Pub has happy hour weekdays from 11 to